right, you men. We are here in a French port.
Right.
We are here for one reason, and one reason alone. And it's not for the reason that you're thinking. I have been ordered to attend a top-level staff meeting. Because I know the Navy, and I know how the Navy operates. I also know how you pirates operate, so you can find your boat.
Confined to the boat? Well, you can't do that, Captain. My men deserve a liberty.
Oh, knock it off, McHale. The only reason I came on this garbage scow is because it was the only boat available. Now, I repeat, they are confined to the boat. I will be back in 6 hours, exactly 1400. In the meantime, you can occupy yourselves scrubbing that tub. And that's an order.
Yes, sir.
What a dirty deed.
Oh, but think you can't do this to us.
After 14 months of fighting with the Japanese, you think they give us a couple hours off to wrestle with the French?
Doggone it, I already had my new target for the night lined up, my pen pal Fifi.
What a bum break.
Some Navy.
Hey, Skip, where do you go to resign?
All right, belay it, will you?
Yeah, the skipper's right. You can't disobey a direct order.
That's correct. When an officer of the Navy gives you an order, you don't question it, you obey it. Now, Binghamton gave me an order, and now I'm going to give you swabs one. Commencing right now. You got 3 hours liberty. Now get out of here and stay out of trouble.
Skip, you can't do that.
You did it.
You guys, I haven't got time to have a drink. My pen pal Fifi is waiting.
So let her wait.
You gotta have a drink with your buddies.
Ah, let them go. Any traitor that'd rather be with girls can leave.
Well, hello there.
People are crazy. Voulez-vous, American cigarette?
Fifi, here I come.
Hey, come on back, you guys.
Let them go, Christy, baby. I'll dig us up a couple of girls.
Yeah. 4 queens.
Girls.
I see you have a deck of cards.
Perhaps we could while away a few hours with a game of chance, eh?
Bonjour, bonjour. Pourquoi not? How about a few hands of poker?
Poker. What is that?
You have never played poker?
No.
Avez-vous la seat? Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it. Now.
Hey, Chuck, we got 3 hours until the boys get back. What do you feel like doing?
Oh, I don't know, Skip. What do you feel like doing?
Well, I don't know. But you name it, and I'll do it. So, what do you feel like doing?
Oh, I don't know. What do you feel like doing?
I don't know. What do you feel like doing?
I don't know.
Well, one of us has got to think of something.
Yeah. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we give each other haircuts?
Oh, no, I've had enough of this. Look, I'm going to go ashore. I'm worried about the boys, and, well, a little chicken won't hurt. I'll see you.
Okay, Skip. You go ahead. I'll stay here.
Oh, I've got 3 queens.
Is that good?
Yeah. Not good enough. Full house.
A full maison. Does that beat 2 paires?
I'm afraid so, mon ami.
2 paires of aces?
2 pair of aces?
Don't tell me. I have 1. This must be how you say beginner's luck, huh? Sacre bleu.
Frenchie, you old buzzard, you're still dealing from the bottom of the deck, huh? kissing, will you?
Hey, Skip, you know this loving crook?
Yeah, Big French and I are old friends.
Say best. I give the shirt off my back to my friend and my
Sure, because it's usually my shirt. Will you? This is character and I shipped out together before the war. But I gotta admit, though, we really shook up the 7 seas.
Well, the way he deals, I'm lucky there's still 7.
These are you boys?
Yeah, that's part of my PT boat crew.
PT. Oh, I am so sorry, gentlemen. All bets are off. I did not know you were friends of McHale. I only take money from strangers. McHale, come and see me.
All right.
May I ask all the questions that race around my brain? Mon ami, this PT boat, you have it here with you on the island?
Yeah, it's tied up to... Yeah. And get that look out of your eyes. Yeah, the last time you looked at me like that, my watch ended up hanging in a hock shop in Singapore.
Is there any way to talk about a man who saved your life when you fell overboard in the Zamboanga?
I didn't fall. I was pushed.
The important thing is that you were saved. Now you can repay that favor. And all I want for you to do is lend me your PT boat.
Let me... Come on, will you, Frenchie?
There is a shipment of copra worth $2,000 just waiting to be picked up on the island of Sucara.
What about your boat?
Unfortunately, the police have it. The minor infringement of shipping regulations.
Sure, like a rum running, smuggling, piracy on the high seas.
Oh, McHale, you always make with the joke, huh? But forget about my boat. What about yours?
Yeah, well, you can forget about my boat, too. Say, haven't you heard? There's a war on, remember? Boom, boom.
Yes, I remember. I read something about it. All right, forget about the boats. Let's have a drink together for all time's sake, huh?
Now you're talking, pal.
It looks as though I lose the argument, huh? But as you Americans say, it is not if you win or lose, but how you play the game. Gendarme, come quickly to the cafe. An American sailor is attacking 3 poor Frenchmen.
This is all a mistake. We've been trained. Well, you can't do this to me, sir. I'm an officer in the United States Navy.
Look, Zeno!
Wait, hold on. Now, you can't lock me up, sir. I'm leaving port here in a couple of hours. I gotta dig up the rest of my crew.
Pour être ça qui n'est plus, monsieur. Voilà!
I thought I told you Jasper to stay out of trouble. Now, what in blazes are you doing here?
Well, I come here every season.
No, what are we doing here? Those mamsells turned out to be engaged. What are you doing here?
Oh, never mind. Now, look, Chief, you can't keep us here. Look up. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I know my rights. And I know that we're entitled to make one phone call before you lock us up.
You're absolutely right. My apology to you. What is the name of your commanding officer?
How about, forget it.
That's all we need. Old lead bottom finding out we're in the clink. We're dead. D-E-D-D-D, dead.
Oh, quiet, you 8 balls, and let me think, will you? Try to figure a way to get us out of here before Binghamton gets back.
Parker, will you shut up and listen to what I'm saying?
Oh, well, yes, sir. I heard everything you had to say. What were you saying?
I said, are you and McHale keeping that gang of pirates on the ball? Are they scrubbing the boat?
Yes, sir. We're busy as bees here. Yes, sir. We were just working our heads off. Yes. All right, tote those crates, lift those bales.
What crates? What bales?
Huh? All right, man, now let's get to work. Willie, more water there. Yes, Mr. Parker. Here. Okay, Tinker, swing that mop. Yes, Mr. Parker. Tinker, here. Okay, Gruber, come on, more rags.
Parker, have you been drinking?
I've been inhaling some GI soap, sir, but it's pretty strong, you know.
Now, look, you numbskull, I've got to get back to that meeting. We're going to wind up ahead of schedule. So I want you to tell McHale that he's to have that Bill's barge shining in 1 hour because we're going to sail then, and that's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roger, over now. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Walk, don't run. Now, let's see. If I were Commander McHale, and I were in a French port, where would I go? No, I can never face Mother.
Pardon, this is Commander McHale's pity boat, no?
Huh? Oh, yes, yeah.
And you are the only one here, yes?
No. I mean, yes.
Well, your Commander McHale, he has just been arrested.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I am his friend, big Frenchie. I try to help, but nobody pays attention to a man like me. But you, the minute I look at you, I can see you are a man of action, yes?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Well, yes and no.
It is the eyes, the bull neck and those powerful shoulders. You remind me very much of that American film star. How you call him? John Wayne.
John Wayne? Well, look, partner, this is no time for talk. This is time for action. Oh, I forgot. I can't leave the boat.
Well, you go right ahead. As a friend of Commander McHale, I will watch the boat for you. The police station is right that way.
Well, I don't know. That's against regulations.
Did you ever see John Wayne worry about regulations when a friend was in trouble?
Watch the boat. Fool around with me, will you? I demand the release of Commander McHale of the United States Navy.
And who are you?
I'm Ensign Wayne. John Parker. Chuck Parker. My name is Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Oh, hi, Skip. Don't worry, I'll have you out of here in no time. Now, look, Moan Chief, I'm sure that we can straighten this whole thing out. I mean, after all, we're great friends of Marie Chevalier. So now, look, if you'll just let Commander McHale go.
Let him go! Commander McHale is being held for disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, destroying private property, and hitting a Frenchman.
He hit a Frenchman? You hit a Frenchman? Well, now, look. After all, if he did all those things, I'm sure he's sorry. Now, look, I'm sure we can make it up to you boys somehow. Look.
Are you trying to bribe an officer of the law?
Bribe? Oh, no. I was just going to look at the time. You see, we have to be out of port in less than an hour. So.
Arrest this man. Throw him in with the others.
You can't arrest John Wayne. See,
I can arrest you. I want I'm the boss of this Bastille.
Hey, Skip, we got to get out of here. Captain Binghamton called.
Binghamton?
Yeah, he's leaving ahead of schedule. As a matter of fact, in exactly 49 minutes.
All right. Don't panic.
Yeah, well, what's he going to say when he comes back and finds that we're not there? Oh, boy, it's a good thing I got Big Frenchie watching the boat.
Yeah. Now, listen, you... Big who watching what?
Oh, your friend, Big Frenchie. He volunteered to watch the boat while I was out helping you.
Oh, no. Now you can panic. We gotta get a hold of Virgil. Maybe he can raise the dough. Hey, and you guys know Pee-Pee's number?
Save your nickel, Skip. They're putting Virgil through now, person to person.
Virgil! What happened to you?
I was picked up for speeding, Skip.
Speeding? Where'd you get the car?
I didn't have a car. I was running from her. Let me in there.
Oh, you make big promises in the letter, Virgil, but the promises are all lies.
Lies? Talk about lying. What about that phony picture you sent me, Fifi?
Huh? That's Fifi?
Papa, he doesn't want to marry me.
He's her papa?
Don't cry, mon petit, don't cry. Jeune homme, throw him in with the others.
Look him up!
No, just a minute, Chief. I think there's been a slight misunderstanding, yes. You see, this young man wasn't running away from your charming daughter, no. He was running into town for a tuxedo, for the wedding, yes. He's very much in love with your Fifi, yes. Yes, and if you let us out, yeah, we would like to arrange a military wedding, complete with 21-gun salute. Isn't that right, lover boy?
Yes, great.
Yes, so that's all settled. Now you two lovebirds get together, huh?
Oh, Virgile! Virgile! Oh.
And now, Papa, if you let us out, we would like to go arrange for the ceremony.
Gendarme, let out these troublemakers from this place.
Bon appetit.
I knew it. The boat's gone. That backstabbing barnacle scraper.
Boy, is he in trouble.
Is he in trouble?
Well, sure, Skip. According to paragraph 11, section 15 in Navy Manual, why a civilian can't operate a Navy vessel, especially during time of war.
Oh, ease off, will you, Chuck? If that boat isn't back here by the time Binghamton arrives, we'll all be civilians in Alcatraz.
Well, I wonder what John Wayne to do at a time like this.
He usually jumps on a horse.
Oh, now, will you guys be quiet? For heaven's sakes, I'm trying to think. Now, let's see. By this time, Frenchy ought to be halfway to Saqqara. And unless we can get started... Bingo! There's our solution, boys. Come on. Frenchy swiped our boat, so we'll just swipe his.
Hey, yeah. We'll paint a 73 on it, and Binghamton will never know the difference. Won't work.
We gotta take off after Frenchy and the 73. And that's how we're going. But first of all, fellas, we gotta take care of those gendarmes. Commander McHale of the United States Navy. I have just received word of Japanese action at Saqqara. I'm commandeering this boat. Government orders.
Monsieur Commandeer, we have our orders too.
Step aside, Buster. This is the United States Navy.
And United States Navy.
Just made contact with MacArthur in the Pacific, sir. Rendezvous is at 1300.
Right.
Always back.
Oh, fine. Just got a new hat.
Board the boat! Board the boat!
Monsieur Iris.
Sir, Admiral Nimitz sends his regrets. He cannot join us on this mission.
He says keep your powder dry.
Colchester.
Just a minute here. Commandeer.
McHale of the United States Navy. Now, don't interfere with invasion operations.
Sir, British reinforcements are on the way. Churchill sends you this.
Stonewall Jackson sends his best.
Stonewall Jackson. Board the boat! Start the engine! Sealed orders not to be opened until after we leave. Goodbye.
Stonewall Jackson?
Wait for me! It's all right, he's one of us. He's President Roosevelt's special messenger. I'll see you get the Croix de Guerre. Bye-bye, mon ami. Okay, Tink, cut your engines.
Hey, Skip, why are we sneaking up like this anyway? I mean, after all, we're the good guys. Why don't we just fire a shot across their bow?
With what? Slingshots? No guns on this old tub. Gonna have to go out and get those French hijackers with our bare hands.
Oh, really? Well, you don't have to worry then, Skip. Good thing I kept up my judo.
Ha! Ha! All right. Save us for later, will you, Slugger?
Look, there's our boat. Let's take her.
Wait, Chuck.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, man, we're really dead.
Yeah, now the Nips have our boat.
And us with no weapons. Hey, boys, let's go back to the boat right away.
We running, Skip?
Yeah, but we're coming right back. We're gonna make a little Japanese salad with some French dressing. Come on, boys.
Japanese salad with French dressing. I thought they used sukiyaki sauce.
Mino, the middle. Allez, Shuniko.
mon allez-vous? Maître Dina crêpe Suzette! Vive la Hirgito!
Who are you? What is going on here? I do not understand all this French talk.
You see, we are French. We are neutral. We love everybody. Hey, you must have had an unhappy childhood.
Demand to know what you are doing here. Who are you?
Well, we are happy French sailors. We love everybody. But these pigs we hate. Yeah, collaborate with the Americans for free PT boat ride, huh? Sacre bleu! Monsieur McHale to you, swine!
Ik neem McHale heen.
What? What he says is that he is a filthy turncoat, yeah.
Mais oui.
Curse on the mother's goat.
Hate the filthy turncoat, yes! You we like, them we hate! You like, them hate! Is that the right, mon compatriote? Oui, oui! Like, hate! Like, hate! Like, hate! I insist you stop! Well, anything you say, monsieur, we stop! Hey, mon ami? Then we like, you we hate!
Hey, that's great, Skip. What style of judo was that?
American style. It's called a shot in the head.
Shot in the head. I'll have to remember that.
All right, nice work, boys. All right, let's get these prisoners on board and then let's go. We gotta get moving.
Oh, McHale, mon ami, I'm so happy to see you. My chin take quite a beating, but you saved Frenchie's life.
Yeah, well, that makes us even for Zamboanga. Yeah, you're stealing our PT boat of all the low-down scurvy tricks.
You like me, I can tell. How Frenchie could ever have stolen anything from a man like you, I do not know. Ooh, I like me, I hate.
Come on, will you? Don't start that all over again. Yeah, well, then listen, boy, this is it. Frenchie, your boat is on the other side of the island. Let's not just say au revoir. Let's say bye-bye, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, my friend.
Boy, he sure likes you, Skip. I guarantee you, after what he's been through today, he's gonna go straight.
Friend? That French frog just stole my wallet! Hey!
I thought he was gonna go straight.
Hi, Captain. Sorry we're a little late, sir.
A little late. McHale, when I'm through with you, you'll be so finished you won't even be able to sail a boat across a bathtub. I've got a list of charges against you that's going to make Benedict Arnold look like the American of the Year. Oh? You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
1, direct disobedience of orders. Huh? 2, absence without leave. 3, dereliction of duty. 4, stealing a French vessel. 5, assault and battery on French citizens.
Well, now, those are 5 good charges, sir. Yes, sir.
They
But if
are.
I may say so, I have a good answer for each of them, sir.
What are you talking about? Bye.
Well, now, prisoners, front and center. There you are, sir. 5 of them. Count them.
McHale, I don't believe you. You're trying to pull something on me again. Now, who are these people you've got made up to look Japanese?
Hey, why don't you come with us, Hap? There are enough nurses that go around.
Nah, that romantic jazz ain't for me. I'm not the type.
What do you mean you're not the type? You're a sailor, aren't you?
Oh, come on, Groob. Those nurses don't even look at me when they're giving me a shot.
Well, thanks, Hap. That's because they're on duty. But when you're alone with them under the stars and they see that love light gleaming in your eyes, kid.
Verge, the only light I ever put in a girl's eye is the glare from this. Have a ball tonight, you guys. I'm gonna wash up and hit the sack.
Boy, you know, I feel kind of sorry for old Hap. A guy can't be a loner and like it.
Well, that's life, huh? Sorry, Rita, baby. I'm cheating on you tonight. Got myself a live one.
Mr. Bell, you are going to be running the gig for me, are you not? Or do I have to paddle over?
Sorry, Skipper, I was just making myself irresistible.
Irresistible.
Hey, Skip, can we hit your ride?
Hold it, you bunch of corn-fed Casanovas. What is this, another raid on the nurses' quarters?
Oh, now, wait a minute. You guys know it's against regulations for enlisted men to fraternize with nurses.
Mr. Parker!
Well, we'll check that. You don't exactly fraternize with a female. Well, now, you know Binghamton's new rule. The next enlisted man he catches with a nurse goes right in the brig.
Mr. Parker's absolutely right. You would be breaking regulations and defying Captain Binghamton's authority. So what are we waiting for? Let's go! Okay, boys.
Look at that character, would you? Sleeping like a baby.
Poor guy, he doesn't know what he missed.
Yeah, hey, what about that new redhead in Ward 3? Wow, now I know what they mean by socialized medicine.
Okay, you guys. Hey, which one of you guys put the grab on my calendar?
What calendar?
You know what You know what calendar? The one that had Betty Grable on it.
Well, don't look at me, Skip. I wouldn't got anything to do with that.
Who needs a Betty Grable calendar? My delicatessen back home is pushing Rita Hay with this one.
She's gone.
Hey, someone swiped all my pinups. Hey, where's my Alice Faye?
They're all missing, Skip.
Skip us on. I'm reporting violation of Geneva Conventions.
What is it, Fuji?
Somebody swiped my Shari Yamaguchi.
Skip, Happy was the only one here.
Come on, what are you talking about? We're happy to be the last one in the world that...
Hey, Skip, look. Here they are.
But I'm a son of a wall-eyed sea serpent.
Shh. He's getting up.
And his eyes are still closed.
Holy Toledo. He's walking in his sleep. Come on.
Hey, Skip, he's going into Mr. Parker's hut.
Now he swiped the pinup from Mr. Parker.
Hey, what's going on here? He took a snapshot of my mother right off the wall.
Mother?
Yeah, the one in her bikini.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold you guys. Wait a minute. I hear it's dangerous to wake up a sleepwalker suddenly. Oh, that poor guy. Look at him. Hey, what happened tonight anyway? Why wasn't he with you guys?
Same as every night, Skip. He's afraid of anyone that wears skirts.
Yeah, he's got an idea dames don't like him because he's an egghead. Not smart like one, just bald like one.
I didn't realize it was that bad. He's really cracking up.
It's a rough situation, Skip.
Well, what can we do about it, Skip?
Well, look, don't ask me. I'm no head shrinker, but first of all, I'd say we have to build up his confidence and then we'll get him a date with a real girl so he won't go chasing him in his sleep.
Affirmative, Skip. Hap's problem is purely psychological. I can tell. I did a lot of work with a Navy psychiatrist when I first joined up.
You did?
Oh, yeah. I didn't exactly work with him. He kind of worked with me. He'd ask me a lot of questions, and we'd all...
Now, fellas, here's what we do. Now,
Hey, guys, look, there's a picture of Happy in here.
In a movie magazine?
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Okay, wise guy, see for yourself.
Well, I'll be. Wait a minute. That's not Happy. That's Cary Grant.
Sure looks like Hap. Oh, cut it out, you guys. With my dome, you're putting me on.
On the level, Hap. You look enough like him to be his brother.
Oh, come on, Groove.
You don't believe, eh? Okay, we'll try it on a disinterested bystander. Mr. Parker.
Hi, you guys. I was just passing by.
We want your unbiased opinion. Take a look at Happy and tell us what movie star does he remind you of?
Hey, Cary Grant.
Oh, come on now, Mr. Parker. Looks like you guys are working around for sick leave.
Where you going, Hap?
I'm going someplace where I can take a snooze in peace.
I don't know what makes me so tired today.
He ought to be tired. He was walking all night. Hi, Skip.
Hi.
Well, I don't know if we bought it, Skip. We sure gave it the hard sell.
Well, it was all right for openers. After all, Hap is only human, and you planted the seed, and that's what counts. It'll sprout, boys.
Better for him if a little hair would sprout.
Oh, lead bottom.
Ah, money, Captain.
All right, McHale, muster your crew. I want to talk to them. Get them in here on the double.
Yes, sir. All right, all you guys, come here on a double now. Let's go. All right, front and center. There you are, Captain.
Sergeant, the evidence. Ah? McHale, one of your amorous beach boys lost this last night in a raid on the nurses' quarters. It's court-martial offense.
Well, Captain, what makes you think it was one of my boys?
Oh, you're a funny man, McHale. What other crew, even loosely attached to the Navy, wears Hawaiian shirts? Sergeant, you recognize the culprit?
Sorry, sir. It was night, and I only saw him from behind.
Attention! About face! Sir, we have nothing to hide.
McHale, don't get cute with me. Are you going to hand over the guilty man, or aren't you?
Enemy plane coming in low.
Hey, all right, hit the shelter. Come on, boys, let's go. Come on, Captain, let's go.
Belay that, McHale. You're not going to wiggle off the hook by staging a phony air raid. I know an enemy plane when I hear one. All right, I hear one.
Torpedoes. Sleepwalking again.
Sleepwalking? Well, he'll draw enemy fire to us. He showed them where we were. This man showed them where... Oh, God, what's the matter with you? A fellow like that could get us all killed in here. Look at him. He's still asleep. How long has this been going on?
Well, we just found out last night, sir. We came back. I'll sit down.
No, Seaman Haynes is all right, sir. Yes, sir. He's just a little tired. Now, you see, we were on night maneuvers last night.
I heard about that from the shore patrol. Oh, for heaven, a man like that is a menace. There's no place for sleepwalkers in a combat zone.
But Captain...
You butt out, McHale. There's going to be a hospital ship here Saturday. I want that man checked out by a Navy psychiatrist. That's an order.
All clear, sir.
Very good. Very well.
But Captain, you can't ship out Happy just for a little sleepwalking.
You want to bet? And he's not the only one who's going to be shipped out if you don't keep these men away from my nurses. What a war.
Poor Hap. We gotta break him out of sleepwalking habit by Saturday, or he's a goner.
Only one way to do it, Skip. Get him a date with some cute-looking chick and make him feel wanted.
That won't be easy. Hap won't go near a gal, you know, feeling like he does about his bald noggin.
Well, I don't know why he should. I don't have any trouble with the women, and well, I'm getting a little on the naked side, top side.
Yeah, but there must be some way.
All right, gangway. Oh, excuse me, sir. The captain forgot the evidence.
Oh. Geronimo! Well, boys, we've lined up Hap's hair. Now all we need is a gal.
I think you're on firm psychological ground, Commander. Your man feels rejected by the opposite sex. This has brought on a trauma, which in turn triggered the sleepwalking. Now, we counter the trauma with a pleasant experience, and a cure is highly feasible.
Gee, I love that kind of talk.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the idea, Nancy. And that's where you come in, Ann. We need your help.
Oh, I'd be glad to help, but do you think just having a date with me will cure him?
It's got to. Or it's bye-bye happy when that hospital ship pulls in on Saturday morning.
Well, I'll do my best. But it sounds like a pretty big job to take on alone.
Oh, you won't have to go it alone, my dear. I have a tremendous interest in this case. So if Mr. Parker will escort me, we'll make it a double date. Purely in the interest of science, of course.
You and me? Well, I'm pretty busy.
Well, now, you wouldn't want to see Happy shipped out. Of course you don't. Right? Right.
It's a date. Huh? Come on, Ann. Okay, Lieutenant. Oh, and thanks for the pills. Oh, you got a minute? I want you to meet one of my boys here. This is Lieutenant Ann Wright, Seaman Happy Haynes.
Glad to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have to be running along. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Commander.
Huh? Come on. Happy you're a smash. Huh? You know, I got another lover boy on my hands. You know what she says? She says you look a little like Cary Grant.
Skipper, did she say that?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe the guys weren't ripping me after all, huh?
Hey, would you like a date with her?
A date? Oh, I don't know, Skip. Wow.
You got it. You can make it a double-header with Mr. Parker here. He's got a date with a cute chick, huh, Chuck?
Oh, you mean the... Oh, yeah. She's real sharp, real sexy.
Oh, no, Skip, it won't work.
Now what's wrong?
We forgot about this. From here up, I sure ain't no Cary Grant.
Yeah, well, don't you worry about that, Hap. The boys are working on that right now.
Marines.
There's a gift from the boys.
That sure makes a difference.
There they go, all my gals.
Yes, sir. You're the new glamour boy of PT-73.
Yeah, you look just like Sesshu Hayakawa.
Who?
That's Japanese Cary Grant.
Oh, Judy.
Yes, sir, Hap. Tonight's the night. That doll of a lieutenant is gonna flip her stripes. Look at that.
Hey, guys, condition red. Binghamton's coming. And I going. What's a rock, Cary?
Hi, Captain. What are you doing, Copy?
Commander, would you hold this for me, please?
The lieutenant is posting an official notice for the edification of your cutthroats.
You know you're bold. You better bitch to fight.
Official notice. Nurses' quarters are off limits to all enlisted personnel. Violators will be shot on sight by order of Captain Wallace P. Binghamton.
This is an official notice to you saltwater Romeos that my Marine guards are going to be using live ammunition.
You're all heart, Captain.
Attention!
What's that?
That's another one of those pesky critters, sir. Stand back. They're dangerous. Get Got it, sir.
You've got what? What is that? What is that?
Jungle chipmunk, sir. They're biggest ponies in this climate. I'll dispose of it.
Well, Carpenter, let's get out of here. This isn't a naval base, it's a zoo.
Oh, but sir, you forgot something.
I know. Quit buzzing in my ear. What's the matter with you? Now, if any of you raunchy Romeos have got any ideas about sneaking the nurses over here, well, you just forget it. Because from now on, the nurses are confined to their quarters, except on a written pass signed by me. Huh? That's a real grabber, huh?
Skip, that's not fair. He can't do that to us.
He's really got us boxed in this. We can't get to the nurses, and they can't get to us.
Well, tough luck, Hap, old boy. Looks like your dates are off.
No, wait a minute, huh? I think I got an angle. Hey, Verge, you're pretty big with the girls around here. Now, where do you take them on a date when you don't want to get caught?
Well, now, that's a professional secret, Skip.
Come on, give you swab. This is for Happy.
All right, Skip, my #1 rendezvous is the fire shack down by the ammunition dump. A lot of privacy, and no one goes there unless there's a fire.
Ah, well, that's it then, Hap. Hey, Groove.
Yeah.
Let me have that hairpiece, boy. Hey, boy, there's gonna be a hot time in the old fire shack tonight.
Sure is hot today.
Not half as hot as it's gonna be for the guy that stole my wig. When I catch him, I'm gonna tear him apart.
Okay, girls, it's all clear. Just keeping them busy. Well, good luck, girls. And remember, you'll have to turn it on for Happy. Boy, you really got a shy one there. This way.
It's refreshment time. Now, you two sit right down here. Come on, Happy. And we'll go get some ice.
Oh, well, don't you think we ought to?
Why don't you sit over here, Happy?
Well, I don't want to crowd you.
Anson, this is a crisis.
Well, I know I tried to tell you there's no ice in here.
No, I mean Seaman Haynes.
Oh.
At this rate, we'll never dissipate his trauma. You and I will just have to show them the way.
Right.
Nothing real obvious, of course, just a mad embrace or two. But...
Yeah, well, wait a minute, Lieutenant. Why, you can't expect an ensign of the United States Navy to neck in front of enlisted personnel.
Just pull yourself together, Anson. This is purely scientific. There's absolutely no emotion involved. Like this.
Oh, now that's not bad.
You see? Purely platonic. But perhaps it will stimulate Seaman Haynes enough to overcome his inhibitions.
Right.
Now, let's see if you've got it.
Right, yeah.
I thought they went for ice.
Captain, sir.
What's the matter with you? You know I'm not a well man. Don't be sneak. What do you want?
Sorry, sir, but 2 nurses are reported missing from their quarters.
I knew it. I knew McHale was up to something. Get my Jeep. We'll search the island. Well, don't just stand there. Move.
Look, Lieutenant, you can't do this. You ought to read your manual. Besides, you said it was for science.
Away with science. Overpower me. Show them the way.
Hey, you don't have to. They're already there.
Gee, I never thought it would be like this. It's even better than just dreaming about it.
Oh, I think you're just wonderful, Happy.
Well, now you know the awful truth, and you don't have to say anything. I know I'm repulsive.
Oh, stop it, Happy. You're sweet and gentle, and I like you. This doesn't make any difference.
Do you mean it?
Of course.
Hey, Hap! Did you hear that? She likes you just the way you are. Bold as an old doorknob.
Well, case dismissed.
Well, I don't need that wig after all, do I, Ann?
Well, let me use it.
Okay, boys. Now, we'll stay here off the ammo dump until the party's over, and then we'll pick them up. Holy jumping kamikazes! The captain! He's coming down the road to the shack.
Oh, what a spot.
Well, we'll never get him out of there now, Skip.
If the captain walks into that love nest, he'll blow his top in the ammunition dump with it.
What'd you say?
I said if the captain
That's
walks
what I thought you said. Boys, it's our only chance. Willie, break out the smoke grenades. You boys man the 50s.
You're not gonna blow up the ammo dump, are you?
Well, of course not. But we gotta make it look that way. Come on, don't just stand there. Move, move.
potatoes. Why don't we go outside and get a little air? It's getting kind of warm in here, isn't it?
What's that here, you dawdling ensign, you?
Hey! It's Captain Binghamton! Oh, no, quit that! Hey, grab that stuff and get in the storage room. Come on, girls. Yeah. Hey, you guys better hide.
Did you hear a noise in here, Carpenter?
I'm not sure, sir, but... Watch out, sir! Watch out! It's one of those jungle chipmunks, sir! Watch out! Stay back, sir!
Do it!
But, sir, I got him, sir! Don't! Wait! But, sir, look out! I'm sorry, sir, but I could have sworn it was one of those jungle chipmunks.
No, any nitwit can see that's a toupee. Now, will you forget about this stupid thing and let's find those nurses? Go look in the storage room. What happened there? The chipmunk's on fire. Fire!
Fire in the ammunition dump! Fire!
That's the skipper's voice. He'll get us out of this.
Fire! Fire in the ammunition dump! Don't go out there, sir, to see a flame!
Yeah, what are you doing here?
That's a good thing I saw the smoke from the boat, sir. Here, get one of these out, sir. Quick, hurry up there. Oh, there goes the small arms ammo.
Oh, sir, it's hit the 50 caliber ammunition!
Here, hit the deck, sir. Hit the deck. Hit the deck before the big stuff blows. Keep down there, sir. It's gonna blow any minute. Yes, stay right down there, sir. Stay down. Stay down.
McHale!
Yeah.
People!
Oh, wait, that's volunteers, sir. Captain, stay down. Volunteers. Stay down, Captain. It's gonna blow. Stay right down there now, sir. Here you go. Ah, the big ammo just went off, sir. Yes, sir. Gruber, how's it going out there?
All clear, sir. We got the blaze under control.
Well done, Gruber. Well done, men. Here, let me help you out of this, Captain. There you go. There, how about that, huh?
McHale, you saved my life. When I think of all the nasty things that I've said about you, and then you'd run into a blazing inferno to save me, well...
You don't have to cry, Captain.
Well, I don't care. Kind of get the fella. Let's go outside and see what's damaged.
There you go, Captain. Well, no, that was just for your protection, sir. Yes, sir. In case of sparks outside or something. Yes, sir.
Bless you, McHale.
Hold on to my hand, sir. There we go.
All right.
There we go, sir.
Oh, I tell you, McHale, where did you go?
Hey, Skip, shouldn't Happy be out by now?
Yeah, that head shrinker's had him under observation all night.
Relax, boys. Here he comes. Hey! And he's walking tall.
Commander, it is my pleasure to report that the Navy psychiatrist has found Seaman Haynes fit for duty.
Oh, that's wonderful. Welcome home, old buddy.
Thanks, Skip. Hey, you know, that doctor's really a kook. He sat up all night just watching me snore.
It seems he had some strange idea that Happy walked in his sleep.
Walking in his sleep? That's ridiculous.
Hey, look, I'll see you guys later, huh? If it's okay with you, Skip, I got a date with Ann.
Sure, go right ahead, lover boy.
We found a new rendezvous. It's underneath the old water tower.
Oh?
Come along, Chucky, you adorable little chubbins, you.
Oh, well, I can't leave the ship. Skip, tell her I can't leave the ship.
Nancy, control yourself.
Get home and no more. Hey, hold it down there, fool. You're gonna wake up Fuji. Hey, he needs his sleep. He works hard enough as it is for us.
Well, what sleep? Look, there's a light on in his shack.
Come on.
I bet 3,000 yen. I think you're bluffing. I see you 3,000 yen and raise you 5,000 yen. I've had enough. I go to bed.
Good night.
God. Yeah. While we're out having a blast, why, he's left over here all alone as usual. I wouldn't blame the guy for going stir crazy.
Well, Skip, I hate to interject, but prisoners of war can't go to parties.
He can't go to a party. But, is there anything wrong in us bringing him one?
That's a great idea, Skip. Why don't we give him an authentic Japanese tea party with all the trimmings? Authentic costumes, food, the works.
Hey, that's wild, bro, huh?
Fun.
Before that gritty little mind of yours starts working, this is going to be at cost, right?
Oh, of course, Skip. Fuji's one of us. Family rates.
It's supposed to be a surprise. You don't want Fuji to hear, do you?
Yeah, you guys heard the skipper?
Hush. Move on.
Tell you that I'm having headaches and I keep having nightmares and you keep taking my blood pressure.
Would you be quiet for a minute?
I didn't come in here for a physical. I don't want a physical. I just want some of those blue pills. Give me some of the blue pills.
Blue pills are not going to help you, Wally. Now, you're past due for a leave. Why don't you take a week off and go to New Caledonia?
So how can I go away and let the base be at the mercy of McHale and his bell-bottom Dillingers?
Sir!
Ow! Yeah, look what you did. You always have to salute. I hate a square lieutenant. Look what you did now. You made it go up.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but I have a theft to report. We just took warehouse inventory, sir, and we are missing 12 parachutes, 2 sides of pork, 10 pounds of tea, and 40 pounds of rice.
Oh, I know. You want me to take a leave. I'll take a leave. You hear that? You know who that is? That's McHale. Let's go.
Now, wait just a minute. I'm not through yet.
You'll have to go with us.
Voila! One authentic Japanese kimono made with American know-how.
I think we got too much parachute, Skip.
Yeah, maybe you ought to take up a little bit on the ripcord, huh?
Hey, Group, can you do something about these sleeves? I hear they're wearing them shorter this year.
Complaints. How can an artiste work under all these pressures? Really snip it off, will you?
Come on, not with me in it. And I wanted hemstitch.
Hey, Chuck, how you doing?
Oh, Ohio. Ikaga Skipper-san.
Oh, I'm fine. Hey, that's terrific, Chuck. Oh, boy, is Fuji going to be surprised when we spring all this on him.
Hey, Mr. Parker, where'd you learn how to speak Japanese?
Yeah.
In my sleep.
And you
sleep?
What?
Yeah, I just got these Japanese sleep teach records from the States. Boy, if we don't win the war pretty soon, I'm going into espionage.
On whose side?
Oh, that's pretty funny, Sailor. That's insubordination.
All right, okay, hold it, you samurais. Now, listen, how does this work, boy?
Well, it's pretty simple. You just take one of these records and put it on the phonograph, and then when you go to sleep at night, you just flip this switch, and when your old head hits the pillow...
Good morning. Ohayo. How are you today? Ikaga desu ka? Would you call me a taxi cab? Taxi o yonde kuremasen ka?
Hey, I like that one. You sure come in handy at Ebbets Field. Taxi on the Kuremasenka. Ah, get lost, you bum.
all right, Eddie. Guys, I gotta study. Besides, I'm working on my speech to welcome Fuji to our little tea party. I'll just bow and say, Im Pitsubeko ni Awitawa o Note Imashu.
What does that mean?
It means I have a little bluebird in my pencil box.
We better be keeping an eye out for food.
Hey, I tell you what. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to take up some, I'll take some rifles up for him to clean. That ought to keep him busy for the rest of the afternoon.
Sneak up on those pirates from behind.
Hi, Fuji. Hi, Skipper-san. I finished.
Can go back to camp now.
Oh, good, good. Oh, no. I'll take the coconuts back there. Look, you stay here and clean up these rifles, okay? That's a good boy. Did you see that? Hi, Brendan, what are you doing back here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Trevor.
Sounds like we got visitors. Head for that cave in the hills. Go on.
Hale is out there. He is swapping the enemy rifles for coconuts. See, better than I hoped for. Take a look at it. Huh? You got him this time, Carpenter. You're my witness.
Your witness, sir?
Yes, witness at the court-martial. Court-martial? Swapping a Japanese sailor rifles for coconuts. That's treason. All right, pick him up. I've got you this time, you traitor. Where's the Japanese? Where's he?
Not so loud, sir. You'll disturb the yellow-bellied sapsuckers.
Don't you get smart with me, McHale, and don't you move. You're under arrest.
Arrest, sir? For bird watching?
You're not going to wiggle out of this one, McHale. I saw you trading our rifles to a nip sailor for coconuts. And Carpenter, here's my witness, right?
Well, sir, I got caught on that bush with my gun belt, and I didn't read...
When I ask a direct question, I want a direct answer.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. See? You did see him trading the coconuts for the rifles.
No, sir.
How dare you contradict your commanding officer?
Sir, no. Wait a minute, sir. Look, there's nobody here but me and that yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Then you're both under arrest for treason. Get moving, and that Nip is around here somewhere. I'm going to find him if I have to search the entire area. Here, Nip. Here, Nip.
No. Just a second. Captain Binghamton!
Hey, you keep your voice down. Stop that.
Well, anything you say. Captain Binghamton!
Cut that out. That's an order.
Yes, sir!
Is it raining today?
That was the skipper's voice.
Yeah, he's running to Binghamton.
Quick, let's get rid of this stuff.
No, it is. いいえ、降っていません。
Mr. Parker! Mr. Parker! Condition red. Binghamton's coming. Tashi! Who needs a taxi at this time? Let's get out of here.
Be quiet, Carpenter. We're getting near that nest of traitors. Just... Oh, tippy toe, I'll let you have it.
All right, now, men, this is a machine gun. Now, it's capable of firing 1,940 rounds per minute. Now, that's a lot of... That is a lot of rounds.
All right, you bunch of Mikado lovers on your feet. I got you covered.
All right, you Mikado lovers on your feet. You heard him.
Now, don't move. I got you covered.
Right. Oh, Virgil's not covered. Virgil, you better get covered, boy.
No tricks. Now, fellas, the captain here thinks that he saw a Japanese sailor on our island.
A Japanese sailor, sir, on this island?
Yes, a Japanese sailor, sir, on this island. Ha! And I got your front man here trading him rifles for coconuts.
Well, I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir. You see, according to Navy regulations, Article 1, Paragraph 21, well, that's strictly against the rules. Of course, now, they don't say anything about coconuts.
I'm not going to wait for any firing squad. I'm going to let him have it right here. No, Captain. No sense questioning these men. They're all in this thing together. Carpenter, I want a squad of Marines over here.
But, sir...
Only double.
Yes, sir.
You men, you just freeze. Not one of you move. You move. That's how you move. You move.
Won't do it again.
Here they come.
I tell you, boy, somewhere on this island, there is a Japanese sailor. He is carrying 3 American rifles, and we are not going to leave here until we find him.
Are you all right, sir?
Oh, it's the blasted headaches again. And you're not helping me any. I've got to lie down for a few minutes. I'll take Parker's head. It's got the least chance of being contaminated.
Yes, sir. Have a good rest.
Hey, my Japanese records. I better...
I think I'm going to forget about it.
Have a good rest, he says. Here I am, surrounded by spies, traitors, Japanese. You could rest at a time like this.
Good morning. おはよう。 how are you today? いかがですか? Would you call me a taxi cab?
Here comes Carpenter with the doctor. This may give us a chance. Hey, Doc, I'd like to talk to you. Come on.
Yeah, I got a couple of things to say, too. Ow. That's one of them.
I'm sure glad you got here, Doc. Boy, the boys are sure upset. Did Coppy tell you? The captain is acting strange.
Yeah, Carpenter told me something about this charge of treason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Binghamton slipped his lid.
He's going island happy.
Yeah, Doc, you better call the paddy wagon.
All around out here, pal. Anyway, Oh, Whitmore. What are you doing here anyway? Why?
Well, the Carpenter told me about this treason charge, Wally, and well, exactly what happened between you and McHale.
Well, that's an open and shut case. I just caught Benedict Arnold here trading our rifles for coconuts with a Japanese sailor.
Oh, now, come on, Captain. You can't...
Ohio! And don't you forget that. Said he was out there watching a yellow-bellied sapsucker. Well, of course, that's ridiculous. So I just looked him right in the eye and I said to him, Tashuki Ayanda Karamasenga! Anyway, there's no doubt that he... Whitmore, are you listening to me? Why are you all staring at me?
Nothing, Captain. I'm just wondering, since when do you speak Japanese?
Japanese? But are you crazy? I don't speak any Japanese.
But you just did so. We just heard you.
Oh, this is the most utterly ridiculous. Carpenter, did you hear me speak any Japanese?
I'm afraid so, sir.
There, you see, Carpenter. When I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. This is absolutely ridiculous. I am going to call Complete Intelligence and have them send a search team over here. And when I tell them, Epitsuamako and Mariamatsu, oh, they'll be right over.
Oh, no, Doctor, can't you, but...
No, he can't. I'm still in charge here. And as far as I'm concerned, McHale, you're just a taxi. You speak Japanese. That's the most ridiculous. What kind of a doctor are you?
Well, Skip, what do we do? Yeah, if those intelligence boys show up, Fuji's a goner.
Yeah, and us with them.
Yeah, I know. We've only got one chance. Now, you know, Carpy and the Doc both think that old Leadbottom's got a case of the jungle jollies. Now, if we can only convince Binghamton, maybe he'll call off those intelligence boys.
How do we do that, Skip?
Oh, questions, always questions. We gotta shake them up good, that's what. Sort of like gaslight him. Yeah, and I got a few ideas on that subject. Come on with me, you bunch of spook. Come on.
Abel Baker to Blue Leader. Abel Baker to Blue Leader. Over.
Blue Leader, this is Blue Leader. Come in, Abel Baker.
We're now directly under Captain Binghamton's window.
Okay, men, we are about to begin Operation Gaslight.
Abel Baker to Blue Leader. Phase 1 just completed. Ready for Phase 2 anytime you are.
All right, boys. This is it. Ready on a firing line? Ready. Fire 1. Fire 2. Fire 3.
To go.
monsoon.
Sir?
What snap to it, you idiot? The monsoon, the whole island's gonna be washed away with it. Look, check your rifle or something. You don't just stand around there in the middle of a thing like this going on. Been a nightmare. What a dream. I'm in a cold sweat. Bed is in a cold sweat. Never be able to get any sleep now.
Phase 2 complete. Ready for phase 3.
Hey, Chuck, let's hit it. Miro, netete ruso. Kirawa, takides. Koroshi dashimai. Koroshi dashimai. Shimai. Koroshi shimashu. Bai kuai. Shinishimai. Bai kuai. Bai kuai. Shinishimai. Bai kuai. Shinishimai. Shimai.
Japanese! We're being attacked! Hey, Japanese out there! Japanese! Two of them, I got them.
Two of what, sir?
Two Japanese. I told you this whole island is crawling with Japanese. They're going to sneak up on me, the Japanese. I got them. They're right. Just a minute. I'll show you the body. I'm sure they were right. I got the table. But did you see two Japanese run out of here?
No, sir, I didn't even see the rain. The guard told us about the monsoon, Wally, and now this Pete in his rifle. Thank you. Please get back in the
So there
bed.
were two.
Yes. Just a bad dream that you've been having. Yes. I'm sure you'll be a lot more comfortable without the hat.
Oh, things will look much better in the morning, so just get to sleep, sir. Get to sleep.
I like sleep. I want to sleep. I love to sleep. But I don't dare close my eyes with all this shit.
Now, boys, here comes the clincher. Now we begin our own little sleep teaching class. Captain Binghamton. Captain Binghamton. Listen carefully. There are Japanese on McHale's Island. There are Japanese on McHale's Island. Do you hear me?
There are Japanese on McHale's Island.
You must go to McHale's Island to catch the Japanese.
I must go to McHale's Island, catch the Japanese.
You must leave now.
I must leave now? I must go to McHale's Island, get the Japanese on McHale's Island. I must go to McHale's Island. I must go now. I must go now. Get the Japanese. Sir, I must go to McHale's Island.
But, sir.
I must go now.
But it's 5 a.m., sir.
I must go to McHale's Island. I must go now.
Hajime masho. Ocha odosu. So we have unexpected guests.
What's going on here?
Welcome to Imperial Japanese Naval Base. Allow me to introduce most unworthy self. I am Imperial Commander Quintishi Michaelakawa.
Quintishi Michaelakawa? You're Michael.
So sorry, but I'm Michaelakawa, and this my most humble PT boat crew. Just completed 50 mission.
No, something is wrong here.
Ohio, ikaga desu ka, Commander-san?
Allow me to introduce Most Honorable Executive Officer, Chakashito Hakamura.
Greetings, Yankee dog.
Yankee, this is Parker.
I never heard of Honorable him. No, Hakamura. Yeah. So sorry I late for tea party. I trying to get Bluebird out of pencil box. That tough teriyaki.
Bring Kimona for honorable guest.
Let go of those.
Oh, must remove shoe for tea ceremony. What? Refuse tea ceremony? Insult to descendants of samurai! Yankee swine, you die!
Don't get carried away, Mr. Parker's the only head I've got.
Oh, God, but boy, thank goodness you're here. How many Marines have you got with you?
Well, just this one guard, sir.
Just one that'll have to do. Come on, follow me.
But where, sir, where?
Where? McHale. McHale is really Japanese. The whole island is filled with Japanese. So we'll spread out. We'll surround them. They're right in the middle of a tea break.
Oh, sir. You better follow him, sir. That rifle's loaded.
Oh, come on.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
All right, you bunch of nips. Get him up.
Well, good morning, Captain. The boys have them up as far as they can go, sir.
Well, how about this? What's going on here? Where's Michaelakawa and the Japanese PT boat crew? They're all here. They're wearing kimonos and drinking tea, but...
Japanese, kimonos, tea, but Captain, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We just had reveille, sir, and now it's time for calisthenics.
No, they were Japanese here. They were... Parker, you saw. Please, boy, tell me you saw the Japanese.
Well, sir, there's nobody here but us Yankees, but if you want a cup of tea, I'll get you one, sir.
No, tea. I don't speak Japanese. Why would I say that? Oh, my head. Oh, the pains are coming back. Doctor, I need leave. I need to go to New Caledonia badly, Doctor. I need lots of leave and a little love. Please, Doctor, please.
Oh, we did it! Very clever, these
And now, a toast to our guest of honor. To the Honorable Takeo Fujiwara, known to us all affectionately as our dear friend and prisoner, Fuji.
I'll be back in a minute, Carpenter. I just can't leave for New Caledonia without apologizing to McHale for those terrible things that I said about him.
Fuji, Impeku Pitsune, Awitorio.
Oh, McHale, I just wanted to...
What happened, sir? You're white as a sheet. What did you see, sir?
Nothing. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything at all. Get me to New Caledonia. Quick. Come on. Go!
Yeah. Mott love that. Short and hit. Mott know just the man for you, Simon. A diminutive, yet feisty, intellectual. This is perfect, on Phonoby. Desperately interjected, her voice high with panic. Mott kanove. Keep it. Simon is seeing someone. He just said he didn't find someone to settle down with. That's all. But he is currently seeing someone. Mott sure of it. A lovely, delightful woman who shares his passion for modern architecture and interpretive dance. We nodded. His eyes wide with desperate gratitude. Yes. Mott What easy means is that Mott haven't found anybody to settle down with in a long-term capacity, but Mott dating now. You know. Casual dates. Nothing serious, mind you. Just casual, consistently heterosexual encounters. We call feist. A triumphant, mocking smirk playing on his lips. Otinabi. Well, yeah, who? Simon. Tell us about your mysterious paramour. He's S from Ahis. Where is he from, Izzy? Don't you remember the guy you were telling me about, Izzy? The one with the incredibly convoluted name and the even more convoluted backstory. What's his name? Went to Izzy. A knowing, utterly damning look on his face. On a traumatized. Izzy, desperate, racked her brain for a plausible, yet entirely fabricated, lie. Her eyes darted wildly around the room. Unteku oftais. Reginald Vanderbilt. From Tabletop Mountain, a very prominent geology professor, and also a semi-professional tiddlywinks champion. He's incredibly intellectual. To feign surprise, a perfectly executed comedic beat. Oh, come on, Izzy. Really? Simon, you can't be that interested in tabletop Reginald Vanderbilt. What mean? You didn't mention him a minute ago, and you forgot his name a second ago. How convenient, and how utterly transparent. On again. Simon, desperate, latched onto the absurd name like a drowning clutching a flimsy piece of driftwood. Hey, believe me, Dave, this guy is perfect for me. Reginald is an absolute titan of masculinity. He's as 6 feet 8 inches tall. He works out at your gym. He's as huge and big, and he's strong. You know you like a strong guy, don't you, Dave? For a very platonic, purely admirable, intellectual kind of way. Of course, unrepentant. Mot, do, Simon. Mot, absolutely do. Good, Mot Luklung call him right now. We Luklung arrange a double date perhaps, for all of us. Reginald and Frank for an evening of stimulating intellectual discourse. On out his phone, a wicked gleam in his eye. Clearly enjoying Simon's escalating panic. Awfully toys. Simon and Izzy instantly. A synchronized dance of pure, unadulterated terror. Hey, Dave. No, man. You don't have to do that, man. Simon pleaded, reaching for the phone with desperate hands. Unsi. No, baby. No. You don't have to do that, Dave. Izzy echoed, clinging to Dave's arm. With surprising strength, her voice high with panic. Ently at Alet. It's late. Mot mean that guy's probably asleep, or bench pressing an entire Volkswagen. He so big. It would be incredibly rude to interrupt his nocturnal activities. No, Dave countered. Still tapping furiously on his phone, the subtle vibrations, an ominous death knell for Izzy's lies. I told him to come by. I told him he might just have a very special late-night caller. Let me just see where he is. Maybe you two could go out for a nightcap, Simon. You know, somewhere cozy and fun. Reginald knows all the best places for, shall we say, a quiet, intellectually stimulating, extremely platonic rendezvous. Odd and the core, trapped. Sighed dramatically, running a hand through his immaculately styled hair. Been in since Mot B, Au V. Been on a rendezvous. Oh man, yeah. Mot mem beat. All that dancing last night, and the sheer mental gymnastics of your questions, Dave. It has completely drained me. Mot met going to go to the hotel and just get some rest, man. Quite, you know. My beauty sleep demands immediate attention, and my dancing feet are aching from the sheer energy of your wife's presence. All traumatized. A triumphant look on his face, ignoring Simon's obvious desperation. Unshin again. Because Reginald loves to cuddle and spoon. He told me he's a big softy, a gentle giant. He knits. He bakes artisanal sourdough bread. He makes miniature birdhouses. Motluglung be right back. Motmet just going to go text. Reginald an update on your imminent arrival. Waitly. Simon turned to Izzy, a desperate, silent plea in his eyes, his composure utterly shattered. Undiwete. Can't I tell him you're straight now, Izzy? Not after everything. He'll think Mott met playing games. You better be proud. You gay, Simon. You better fix this for me. My reputation as a heterosexual man is at stake, Izzy. Omelkan Kamtal whispered back, her voice raw with a fresh wave of fear and self-preservation. Entabai Simon. Mott met not fix this for me. My entire marriage is hanging by a thread. You queen out here. You better learn to snap your fingers and tell Dave exactly what he wants to hear. Before he calls in the National Guard to deal with our tangled web of lies. Untaist. Simon's face of pure unadulterated despair. Who says Queen Izzy? Really? What does that even mean? Dave, what did Reginald say? What did he say, David? Okinosness. Like a trophy. Beamed. Dave walking back, his earlier quiet menace now replaced by a chillingly cheerful glee. In a Fubeltide. He just loved your picture, Simon, said he's on his way. Said he just had his back and legs waxed for the occasion, and then he jumped right in the car. Said he, going to be safe. Oh, don't worry, Simon. I mean, he has only done 2 years in prison. Ro stared aghast. Prison? Dave, what? Are you serious? What kind of nefarious criminal connections do you possess? Went terror. Dave said, oblivious to Simon's growing terror. A lost lover, a jealous fit over a lost dog. Tragic, really. But you don't have to worry about that, Simon. He's much better now. Therapy, meditation, artisanal bread baking. Mott think Izzy might like him, actually. He knows how to sculpt a magnificent bonsai tree on dual tool or grease. Menchley said. Perhaps over there's a shared appreciation for meticulous horticultural arts. Offend. Izzy, who had gone from pale to green, whimpered, clutching her chest, genuinely believing she was about to have a full-blown cardiac arrest. My under gaze. Stop it, Dave, this whole mess, David. Before Mott spontaneously combust right here in the living room. My carefully manicured life is collapsing. Gwynlist. Dave paused, looking from Simon's terrified, petrified face to Izzy's distraught, rapidly crumbling one. His earlier anger, however, seemed to have been entirely consumed by his triumphant revenge. All the meant. What? Mott mean? Mott think he's like. What is it, Simon? You not gay? After all this performance? Of all this exquisite method acting? Insing without singing, an unlicked escape route, gasped dramatically, clutching his chest. Bust. Mott met not gegedaf. Never was. Mott met, so surprised you thought, Mott was. Mott met Mott am, too. Mott met, shocked. Mott tell you. My heterosexuality is as steadfast as the mighty redwood tree. Whined. Stop, Dave. Izzy, seriously, Mott just said. You Oh right, okay baby, okay. He's not gay. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for clarifying my fundamental sexual orientation. What or a leaf? Or nodded slowly. A ghost of a smile playing on his lips, enjoying the sheer chaos he had wrought. Always never been gay. Mott du ette know that you don't like me to be around other guys, Dave. And Mott just really likes Simon. And so we told you that, and it just kept going and going and going. An elaborate, never-ending spiral of escalating deception. And men and women, all the years, Simon and Mott have been proving that for years. A testament to the power of platonic affection and carefully crafted lies. Awfully Tentabes. Her words a frantic, desperate rush, a torrent of confession, designed to save her marriage, and possibly Simon's life. Traumatized. Dave stared at her, then slowly began to nod, a wry, knowing smile spreading across his face. Yeah, right, baby. Simon wanted you in college, Izzy. He definitely wanted you. He just knew better than to act on it, considering my rather robust response to potential romantic rivals back then. Intestantly. Izzy gasped. Izzy, all fear, moment affronted this time, in a surge of indignant pride. He did not. He was merely admiring my intellect, and my very well sculpted jawline. David. He, an architect. Dave. He appreciates good form and structural integrity, not just cheap flirtation. Calling a truce. Calling a truce. We all being honest. Now, Izzy, if Mott tell you the truth, the whole, unvarnished truth, will you call Reginald Vanderbilt and tell him not to come? Before Simon gets a restraining order and has to move to another state, perhaps. Traumatized straight men. Shintretiur. One. Or traumatized. Sure. Lip desperate, defeated. Sure. Okay, Dave, spill it. The truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the embarrassing truth. Because my life can't get any more complicated, David. It simply cannot. When Dave looked at Simon, who looked seconds away from fainting. Then back at Izzy. Okay. Izzy, when we first started going out, in the beginning, in college, Mott used to want him. He pointed at Simon, a mischievous, deeply unsettling glint in his eye. He dumbfounded. A beat of stunned, horrified silence stretched between them, thick and palpable. The silence lasted an agonizingly long moment. Ollie morphed. From shock to outrage, then, to an even deeper, more profound sense of confusion. Mott feel violated. What? Dave, are you serious? You, David Jenkins, my heterosexual husband, wanted Simon. The self-proclaimed straight man? My brain is officially short-circuiting. On traumat, Man. Dave laughed, pushing her, playfully. The sheer absurdity of the moment overwhelming him, and the case. It was a offered, experimental phase, a moment of profound hormonal confusion. You just wanted attention. We all did. See? Nothing. You just trying to make your point, Dave. And Mott did. Now you're going to call Reginald Vanderbilt or fiat infidietet. Or do Mott need to introduce Simon to him, and he says he brought his texted back. He brought his custom-made artisanal chains for some cuddling. Omi traumatized. Izzy, thoroughly flustered, and momentarily forgetting her profound fury, stammered. No. But Mott still believe that men and women can be friends without being intimate. Bantemet, Dave. Mott Kor, don't care what you say. Mott believe that. My core philosophical tenets demand it, offensively said. Dave just grinned, grabbing his phone. A wicked glint in his eye. Well, now let's see if men and men can be friends, Izzy. Or perhaps something more intimately artisanal. Come in, Reginald. He yelled towards the front door, then mimed opening it with a theatrical flourish. Onedy lips. Simon, Izzy, and Dave all froze, turning towards the now actually opening door, a synchronized gasp escaping their lips. The silhouette of a very large, imposingly muscular man filled the doorway, clutching what looked suspiciously like a pair of intricately carved, very large wooden handcuffs. Williety head. Simon paled, clutching his chest. His eyes, with a profound, existential terror. Izzy shrieked, clutching her heart. Dave just stood there, commendably mischievous, utterly terrifying satisfaction on his face. This, he thought, was karma, full circle, and it was glorious, onve illegal. Bonnet illegal, situation ochole. Threads unraveled and DNA desperations. Watomi high. He the paternity panic. Endless. The silhouette of Reginald Vanderbilt, a man whose physique suggested. He bench-pressed small vehicles for fun. Vanished as the man actually entered the Jenkins living room. His enormous smile, however, was as disarming as his presence was intimidating, emanating novelties. He, indeed, too, intricately, which, upon closer inspection, appeared to be novelty items for a lumberjack-themed party. The collective sigh of relief from Simon Vance and Izzy Moretti was almost audible. Owning, on the other hand, merely beamed. His face, a picture of perverse satisfaction. All that fussed David. Reginald boomed, his voice rumbling like a distant thunderstorm. Profound and utterly irresistible surgeon of passion. And Mott rushed here, just as you suggested, bringing my finest artisanal restraints, handmade from responsibly sourced oak, perfect for some very intimate, intellectually stimulating role play. He winked at Simon, who immediately broke out in a cold sweat. Ovi, squeak. Grabbing Dave's arm, her voice a frantic, high-pitched squeak. Oshilt heel. Welcome. We are so thrilled to have you. David was merely explaining the complexities of modern dating. And Simon here, our very, very straight friend, immersed in a profound philosophical debate about the nature of freedom and confinement in consensual relationships. Wintler graced. Simon Repose extended a trembling hand. Indeed, Reginald, a fascinating topic. And lovely handcuffs. Truly exceptional craftsmanship. Are they for display or for practical philosophical demonstrations? On lobby ice. Flexing a bicep the size of Simon's head. For both. But first, David, my dear friend, tell me, where is the object of my immediate and most profound romantic interest? The charming, intellectual, and exquisitely sculpted individual for whom you have so eloquently advocated. B.S. grin widened. Triumphant, he gestured toward Simon. All traumatized. Reginald, allow me introduce you to Simon Vance, a man of profound intellect and a connoisseur of fine artisanal goods, such as bespoke wooden handcuffs. Simon, this is Reginald Vanderbilt, Umetor, a world-renowned geology professor, Tiddlywinks champion, and, as you can see, a man of truly formidable presence. Ovi Litke, he's traumatized. Reginald's eyes, Simon, his smile growing even wider. Simon, however, looked seconds away from fainting. His carefully constructed, heterosexual facade having utterly collapsed. The evening, it seemed, was going to be even more entertainingly chaotic than Dave had anticipated, awfully traumatized. But Aliba Reginald enthusiastically cornered a petrified Simon to discuss the nuanced ergonomics of artisanal restraints. So chilling, unwelcome realization struck Izzy. Onfinical, nakely, he'd halfen again, been comedic traumatized. But it all paled in comparison to the dread gnawing at her. Onabilis. The next morning, the aftermath of Dave's silverback alert had subsided, leaving Izzy a nervous wreck. The Tyrese Desire Leo paternity panic, momentarily eclipsed by the Simon Reginald fiasco, crashed back into her consciousness with renewed, horrifying force. She was at Bella Diva, pacing like a caged tiger. Onilifni, Hundetenby, often irrigate. Chloe Sterling, having busied meticulously reorganizing the hair color shelves, her usual calm replaced by a distracted frown. Kuntlio is Dave's son. Chloe. Izzy wailed, clutching her chest, her carefully applied makeup threatening to run. Mean it as possible, isn't it? Genetically speaking, it has to be. They have the same nose for sniffing out obscure sports statistics, the same incredibly annoying habit of leaving their socks on the floor. These are genetic markers, Chloe. Haunted, Clometly, ever practical turned, her face sympathetic. Okay, Izzy, look, let me get some more info. We can't to rely on sock patterns, darling. The genetics of laundry habits are, shall we say, unproven. She sighed, then grabbed her phone. Why, how you doing, darling? Hey, Izzy says hello. Go Maxwell, the contractor, co. Always possessed of an unnerving charm, responded from the other end. Orby had doing great. The new column is up, and it looks magnificent. Is Izzy still talking to me after our little historical discussion? My profound apologies if Mott caused any further distress with my youthful reminiscences. Onesso. Izzy snatched the phone. Her voice. Hey, Tyrese. Mott, I'm so sorry. Mott scared you earlier. Boo-boo, with my sudden amnesia. Mott merely experienced a temporary cognitive lapse, that's all. You would happen to have a picture of your mom, would you? A recent one, for comparative genetic research, of course. Wisin chuckled.
My mom, Izzy. A picture of my mom.
Mott got a picture for you right there, Izzy. On my public social media profile, Ona Bisley. Hot, a detailed genealogical tree stretching back 7 generations, Benetite. Just in case you ever have an inexplicable urge to trace my family lineage. Is everything all right, Izzy? You sound a little agitated. Omi Tumotais. Izzy quickly hung up her draining of color as she stared at Mott Faith, the photo of Tyrese's mother on his social media, a stunning older woman with striking features and that distinctive eyes that, Izzy realized with a horrifying certainty, mirrored Leo's precisely. Oh, help me, Chloe. Izzy whispered, her voice barely a breath. Help me. His mama looked just like Leo. Chloe. His mama looked just like Leo. This is a nightmare. A genetic horror show. You stared at the picture, then at Izzy, then at the photo of Leo on Izzy's desk. A slow, chilling realization dawned in her eyes. Izzy. My God, you mean... Comatite. Mott was so mean to Dave, Chloe. Izzy wailed, her hands clutching at her hair. And now, Mott got to tell him that Leo is not his son. Mott, can't he? Mott absolutely cannot. My marriage will implode. My carefully constructed domestic ecosystem will be utterly decimated. Ondonabi, Honeben, Sprising Quanabi, calm despite the monumental revelation, grabbed Izzy's shoulders, steadying her. Wait, just calm down, Izzy, all right? Calm down, take a deep breath. It's a new day, Izzy. There's many ways to find out who the father is. Sayo, scientifically speaking. We don't have to rely on anecdotal evidence and alarming facial resemblances, as compelling as they are. Koswad, stared at her, stared him streaming down her face. Right. You can threaten that fool. Tell him if he opens up his big mouth, you'll put the homies on him. A truly intimidating display of persuasive negotiation, Chloe. Wakened her eyes. Izzy, Mott was talking about getting a DNA sample. Silly. Not deploying gangland tactics for paternity testing. And look, Maud, have a girlfriend that works for the FBI and she can rush it for us. She owes me a favor after Maud talked her through a particularly disastrous microblading experience. Otinobio, Barnett Fromatum say. Then, at the desperate swabs, Chloe produced from her handbag, along with a discreet, well-worn instruction manual for forensic evidence collection, Ortiz. What is this? Oh, they re-swabs, Izzy. You know, you do the inside of the jaw, and you send them in to get DNA results. What are you doing with all of this in your purse, Chloe? Wanting with creeping up dragged, a faint blush, creeping up her neck. Relationed, these. Oh, just leftovers. Girl, look, tell me about it, Izzy. Maud have to be sure, you know. Before Maud went in for child support. Before Maud considered a highly public appearance on Moripovich, with all its attendant theatricality and dramatic reveals, raised. Maud cannot ask Tyrese for his DNA. Chloe, Maud can't. He's going to think Leo is his son, and that my elaborate lie of marital fidelity was merely a cruel, twisted deception. Onabisdilting. Chloe sighed. To prove his paternity once and for all, to either confirm your worst fears or allay them permanently. Matide. Izzy's eyes widened in horror. Oh, no. Maud can't do that. He'll discover my lie. The one about him being a player in college, the one about him secretly wanting Simon. The layers of deception, Chloe, they are astronomical. I just stared. Okay, then. You, Luglung never know for sure, Izzy. Maybe it's better for us just not to know. Sometimes ignorance, Izzy, is truly bliss. Or at least, less dramatically catastrophic. Beanie lead. Izzy threw up her hands in desperation. Oh, Chloe, come on, that's not fair. Maud mean, you should know, and Leo should know as well. He deserves the truth. You know, when you in college, and you just having fun, thinking you going to live forever, opted detentially, caught no traumatized. You don't know that those said could come back on you, like a rogue boomerang of consequences. Had Maud known then, what Maud known now, Maud would have opted for a nunnery, or at least a strict regimen of celibacy and very strong contraceptives. Automatized. Chloe nodded. If you had known then what you know now, you still wouldn't know how to stop the train once it already left the station, Izzy. So what are you going to do? Procrastinate further? Only traumatized. Izzy stared at the swabs, then at the photo of Leo, then at the ghost of Tyrese's mischievous smirk. Her mind raced, desperate for a solution. Oh no, yeah. Take these, and when Dave goes to sleep tonight, quietly swab his jaw. Or a discreet, covert operation in the dead of night. Good luck, Izzy. And remember, don't wake him. You're already riding a runaway horse. You don't need to add sleep-deprived rage to the mix. Comatatize. Becca, overhearing from her desk. But will you stop all that damn snoring, Izzy? Maud can't get no sleep, because you're just snoring and snoring and snoring. It sounds like a freight train making sweet, quintitis. Sweet music, quite trombone. Maud thought something was wrong with you. Maud thought Maud had to give you mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. That's why Maud brought all those samples for the DNA lab, just in case Maud needed to identify the corpse. Oswald. Izzy glared at Becca, then back at Chloe. The sheer absurdity of her life, she realized, was reaching unprecedented heights. Paternity tests, covert swabbing operations, unsolicited mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Her life was less a salon drama and more a high-stakes espionage thriller. Luis to bent. A short while later, Tyrese Maxwell walked a stack of freshly printed salon blueprints. He saw Izzy, looking distraught, sitting slumped in a styling chair, a suspicious glint in her eye as she clutched a small, discreet packet of FBI-grade DNA swabs. Benontais. "Hey," Chloe greeted, attempting a cheerful facade. "How are you?" "Everything all right?" Onisin. Easy to Chloe. Then, at the strange, suspicious package in Izzy's hand. "Yeah, Chloe. Hey, Izzy. Mot, I'm so sorry. Mot scared you earlier. Boo-boo with my accidental truth-telling. My apologies for revealing a past indiscretion with the subtlety of a bull in a china shop." Opportunity. Izzy, seeing her opportunity, moved with the speed and stealth of a ninja. Before Tyrese could register what was happening, she lunged forward. "Before Finchligeist. Thank," she whispered triumphantly. Already having swiped the swab against the inside of his cheek, then swiftly handing the evidence to Chloe, who carefully sealed it in a tiny, sterile plastic bag. Sheepishly, "Tyrese," Viz blinked it. "Genuine, what are you doing? Is this some new, very intimate, and a surprisingly swift form of client consultation?" A weak smile. Ole Kowetais. "Seeing how many artistic abilities you possess, you know how many different kinds of paint colors you can discern with a single glance. We're redoing a personality test for artistic potential." Wotin, perplexed. "Mot can't he have kids?" Chloe. "What? Why?" "An unfortunate accident in my youth, actually. I was in preschool. Mot had a pencil in my front pocket. Mot was running. Mot don't know. A rather unfortunate collision with a swing set only left me unable to contribute to the next generation of talented contractors. Ofti, Acti, Obi, Fuanioklit. Vaguely, a shadow of an old pain crossing his handsome features. Utterly dumbfounded. The carefully collected DNA sample, the clandestine operation, the emotional turmoil, all for naught. Wangfor, on Trul Mintais, Tyrese merely chuckled. Utterly unaware of the seismic his revelation had just caused, he then looked at the television's screen, playing a sports highlight reel. "Hey, that sounds painful. So, is the MVP on the bench hurt, or just the two holding it down?" In on the screen. Arguing on the screen, untraumatized. Izzy and Chloe could only stare, a silent, profound horror gripping them. Leo was not Dave's son, and now they realized with a chilling certainty he was also not Tyrese's son. The truth, far from bringing clarity, had only plunged them into a deeper, far more terrifying abyss of uncertainty, rapidly existential devolving her. Bani, Intul, Otwer, Huen, outright existential nightmare, Ozzy offered. The words, description, created by anti-described media. Don't miss brand new back-to-back episodes of For Better or Worse, next Friday at Chin on TBS, flashed across a mental screen in Izzy's head. But for her, there was no commercial break in this relentless, horrifying reality show. Often tilt, truthized. Had search taken a very, very dark and profoundly baffling turn. Rosendriti, slowly fact to Grice, traumat hesitant. Soft, the morning light stretched across tent light. Kitchen in Emerald Bay, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like tiny golden anxieties. Ovide, omiphoitly, oftohain. Usually the picture of stoic composure and effortless authority as the lead anchor of global sports view was anything but unflappable this particular morning. Konlaishni and Quaitinge. He poked cooling scrambled egg, the digital glow of his tablet, casting an ethereal, unread sheen over his face. Ini to his sense was attuned to the fight, was attuned to the faint, telltale creaks of the old house, signals from the upper floors of either his notoriously observant son, or, more perilously, his spectacularly expressive wife. His son, Leo, a 30-year-old whirlwind of precocious wit and unnerving candor, sat opposite him. Oceaning mostais, nodekinibient, binlationintais, oft drenchen. On a bowl of sugary cereal, as though it held the secrets of the universe, or at least the answers to the complexities of his parents' relationship. Onabi and I possessed an uncanny knack for distilling the convoluted chaos of adult emotional life into simple, irrefutable truths, often delivered with the dry precision of a seasoned philosopher, albeit one with a penchant for brightly colored sneakers. We traumatized. Leo began, murmur that seemed to slide under the veritorial murmur of the tense silence, modaideno, to want to hear it, but mod kinda wanted to hear it. It's like discovering a new level in a video game you weren't supposed to find. The mystery is alluring, but the potential for peril is high. Bought hinchilid guys. From the rapidly congealing milk, his focus unwavering. Ingaganabi. Dave nearly performed a magnificent, if uninvited, spit take with his mouthful of coffee. He lowered his mug, the ceramic clattering against the cold granite, a sound that seemed to shatter the delicate quiet. He raised an eyebrow, attempting a look of fatherly sternness that wobbled precariously. Dramatized. Leo, what in the double hockey sticks are you talking about? And what, precisely, were you listening to? Was it perhaps the intricate, nocturnal discussions of raccoons raiding the recycling bins, a truly compelling narrative of suburban wildlife? Ommunitimicitist. Dave's internal monologue screamed, "Please, oh please, for the love of all that is holy and fiscally stable, don't let it be what Mod think it is. The structural integrity of this household, and frankly, my fragile emotional state, hinges entirely on the continuation of domestic auditory ignorance." Wised Bracker. A sound weighty with the burden of a prematurely aged soul, more befitting an octogenarian contemplating the existential void than a middle schooler navigating the perils of breakfast. Ain't have been listening. Mot. My internal ethical compass, Dad, a finely tuned instrument of moral rectitude, battled valiantly against my subconscious insatiable hunger for raw, unfiltered information. But alas, the auditory waves, those invisible, insidious messengers, defenses of my pillow fort. These walls, Dad, they reel like paper, thin whispers in the night, transmitting every murmur, every sonic vibration. It's impossible not to hear the nocturnal serenades, the passionate pronouncements in Dinabi, the hushed negotiations of domestic harmony. Dad, then you guys are gonna come down here this morning, all smiley and saccharine, probably warbling Larry White songs, which, frankly, is a little off-putting before noon. My young, or be traumatized, impressionable mind simply cannot process that level of unbridled cheerfulness on an empty stomach. Traumatized. Dave blinked, his face a complex roadmap of profound discomfort and dawning recognition. Larry White, Leo. Who in the name of all that is musically decent and ethically sound is Larry White? Momatize. Leo artist was so casually and so utterly butchering. But the sheer melodic massacre and the casual mispronunciation offered a momentary, much-needed reprieve from the truly mortifying subtext. Ungential discussion hope for a tangential discussion on forgotten pop culture. A tiny gishin on forgotten pop culture. Bossingly. Leo's eyes rolled skyward with a flourish, as if for divine intervention, for, against his parent, as abysmal musical literacy, or for traumatize. With the real deep voice, the man whose velvety baritone makes even inanimate objects feel a surge of primal longing. He goes, "Mot love you, baby. Mot love you, baby, baby." That S, Larry White, you know, when he gets all smooth and low, like a rumbling, weak in the middle of the night. A very seductive earthquake, mind you. One that tends to make the floorboards vibrate, and my bedroom door rattle slightly off its hinges. Hint impression of the lay. A Clembly oft great Barry White, which unfortunately sounded more like a startled walrus gargling molasses than a smooth soul crooner. Oshnell Dave, whose cheeks now warmer than the espresso machine steam wand, cleared his throat, attempting to regain some semblance of paternal authority. "Leo, it's Barbary White, darling. As in Barry, and Mot. Can assure you, Pronopis. Whatever, Dad, a deep voice is a deep voice. The moniker is merely a semantic distinction," Leo interrupted, waving a dismissive hand, dismissing Dave's pedantry with the casual disdain of a seasoned academic, Orpher Combly. "The point is, when you re-singing his songs, it means Mom Oz probably going to want to have another kid. Because you both all happy and mushied, like two oversized marshmallows stuck in a sentimental campfire. And you guys are trying to talk that low, wannabes, attempting to share classified state secrets with the dust bunnies under the bed. Which, for the record, does not work. The dust bunnies, Motvey observed, are notoriously unreliable confidantes, prone to loose lips and excessive lint. We yeast in plast, traumatized. Contemplate pinched the breed the intricate, cringe-worthy tapestry of discomfort and nascent mirth his son had so effortlessly woven into the fabric of their mourning. Onofiertion, Onaby, Panaby. Before it spontaneously reanimates and sings its own tragic opera about parental privacy violations and the perils of oversharing. My digestive system cannot handle further dramatic narrative twists before Chine M. or to an tense of change of subject. But Leo was as relentless as a paparazzi on a red carpet. Boitical, pointed, Leo, now sticky, with sugary remnants at his father, his expression turning solemn, even melodramatic. Osangais. He ain't smiling. That, Dad, is a negative data point. You know what that means. It means no new sibling, and probably more passive-aggressive tension at the dinner table, a prolonged game of emotional charades, for which Mott, Leo Jenkins, AutoATBET, forced to serve as an unwilling and uncompensated referee, augment in weighty indictment of the current marital climate, of the current marital climate, of the current wastely traumat climate, umalocialize. Dave merely grunted, pushing his plate further away, as if physically distancing himself from the caloric and emotional baggage it represented. The scrambled eggs, once a promising canvas for domestic bliss, now tasted vaguely of disappointment, thin walls, and existential dread. Ruflin wised. His mirror, reflecting a truth Dave preferred to keep shrouded in the opaque mist of denial and elaborate internal sports metaphors. Inting agrees. Just then, Isabella Izzy Moret, Dave, made her grand entrance. Izzy was a force of beauty, could hot a low-tay rush hour traffic and whose passionate temper could ignite a small localized inferno with a single withering glance, one he traumatized. Today, her dartfully tousled from sleep, lending her an aura of dangerous, ethereal elegance, all vintage. But the brittle, almost forced smile, gracing her lips, was a tell. It was the same practice Vinici donned when attempting to convince Dave that a new, outrageously expensive designer handbag was an essential investment for the salon's sophisticated image. Unatized. "Hi, Dad," Leo greeted, his tone instantly shifting from mini-observant detective to standard-issue, seemingly oblivious teenager. Listen twice. Was it filled with capite, hot, interpretive, dance and hushed whispers? Perhaps a spirited game of emotional charades, played out against the backdrop of thin walls. He peered at his mother, eyes wide with formative, innocent, subtly assessing the performative atmosphere. With subtly, the marital of ethos, said, the cunning of a seasoned intelligence analyst. Ocean Yates. His voice, still, tightly wound, betraying his deep discomfort. You ready for your big test today? On the migratory patterns of procrastinating students, perhaps, or the structural integrity of thin walls. Ben Leo mumbled, his attention, already fully, morbidly, captivated by Izzy. "Where is Mom?" Unde, Heichle. Izzy announced, sweeping into the kitchen, a captivating swirl of expensive silk and unresolved tension. Or Domber Templi, Barnably, Baigenty, Banbly. Davis' cheek, that felt less like an intimate gesture and more like a carefully executed diplomatic handshake at a high-stakes geopolitical summit. One boot late, actually. My beauty. Sleep. Extended hours when one is facing a demanding schedule of salon expansion, reconciliation, marital reconciliation, and the inherent chaos of existence. Und. Dave almost choked on his now cold coffee. This wasn't the script they were following. His carefully orchestrated night of silence and separate sleeping arrangements had evidently not yielded the desired results. At least not for Izzy's sleep schedule. Unemiates. He and Izzy had barely exchanged 2 civil words since the infamous Sabrina Murphy incident. A misunderstanding, or so he fervently hoped, that had detonated in their lives, like a carefully planted, emotional IED, scattering accusations and trust issues like shrapnel. Off him all two ways. Leo, however, latched onto easy pronouncement, like a hungried. Slept late. That's a good sign, right, Dad? It means the soundproofing must have been successful. Or the earplugs were exceptionally effective, blocking out even the most ardent Barry White serenades. Ed Barnott, he gave his tie, a hopeful, almost traumatized, again, who only, almost pleading look, betraying his genuine, desperate desire for his parents' reconciliation, however noisy it might be. Qual, or contact. Staring intensely at an imaginary smudge on his tablet screen, as if profound philosophical truths were inscribed there. Or, Barnaby. Sleep simply means a severe case of overslumber, darling. A benign, temporary condition of excessive repose. Nothing more, nothing less. The intricacies of adult sleep patterns are often devoid of deeper meaning. Enfantotais. Well, his voice unwavering, refusing to be placated. It means that you two could have had a good night. At least you were sleeping in the same room. Which, let me just say, unbetight, is a marked improvement battle from the guest bedroom as nocturnal exile. A notable departure from the frigid tundra of separate blankets. Did your mom make up with you last night, Dad? He asked with the unblinking, horrifying straightforwardness. Only a child. A uniquely observant, almost nice. That could muster completely oblivious to the marital minefield he was traversing, a small innocent bull in a very fragile china shop. Been wet, a guy, he wettlessly began. Dave dropped his fork with a clatter, the sound reverberating through the tense kitchen like a miniature gong, announcing his imminent internal collapse. Ompai. Well, son, look, that S&O, that particular item on the marital reconciliation checklist remains frustratingly, irrevocably unchecked. The negotiations, Mott regret to inform you, reached an impasse. Busdy. His voice was barely a whisper, thick with exasperation, embarrassment, and a deep existential weariness, often utilized. Mott kindawi, hoping you did, in which case Mott feign complete ignorance, and congratulate you both on your apparent newfound domestic bliss. But Mott was also hoping Mott did hear it, because frankly, Leo, Omeun for peopled, agreed, traumatized. The audio-visual presentation of your parents' potential intimacy is a deeply traumatic experience, one for which no amount of therapy can truly prepare a growing young man. But then again, if you all doing it, then Mott ma hear it, which, as Mott previously articulated, authentrice, is excruciating of my auditory dilemma. It's a lose-lose situation, Dad. From a middle schooler's highly sensitive, emotionally vulnerable perspective, awfully dulties had begun in Nisnian, I thought. He gestured vaguely towards the ceiling, the precise geographical locus of his profound auditory torment. Comediation, orpholitis. The horrifying, easy, deeply mortifying direction of Leo. S. Incredibly awkward, yet painfully accurate. Interrogation placed her hands on her hips, her posture radiating an ominous beware of dragon intensity. Her brittle smile hardened, transforming into a terrifying grimace. Off in again. And why don't we make it up, as you so delicately and horrifyingly put it? What exactly are you talking about, young man? And why, may Mott ask, are you engaged in the utterly reprehensible act of eavesdropping on your mother's private conversations, wild human relationships? Discussions that are far beyond nascent understanding of complex human relationships. Base, awful Jew, Mom. Leo exasperatedly threw his hands up, a flurry of exasperated teenage limbs flailing in frustration. Winaltide. Euchre. These walls are thin. Thinner than the patience of a hungry toddler at a grocery store. Thinner than Dad's remaining strands of hair after a particularly stressful sports broadcast. Thinner, even, than the credibility of his fabricated excuses. Uden, quite traumatized. Izzy's eyes narrowed, a dangerous predatory sparkle entering them, her internal kill switch audibly clicking into place, activating a surge of primal, protective fury. Honorability, svituet. And your father talking, she challenged, her voice dripping with an almost sickly sweet saccharine innocence that chilled Dave to the bone, a prelude to a terrifying, controlled explosion. Ontenen, Bentley. Yeah. And the blaring sirens of impending maternal fury, oblivious to the fact that he was enthusiastically adding fuel to an already raging inferno. Way to sumatuais. When you and Dad are talking, Mom, like you were last night, and when that Terry Pendergrass gets to playing, and Mott refer, of course, to the musical artist, not a particularly enthusiastic neighbor. Goldie White. Leo, darling. Dave corrected, mostly out of ingrained habit, a pathetic, almost reflexive act of correcting his son's minor, factual errors in the face of imminent existential dread. A master of soulful seduction, not a purveyor of musical chaos. Operamatized him to his. Got that voice, Leo conceded, waving a dismissive hand, uninterested in trivial distinctions. Awful intent. All like the sun, just farted rainbows and butterflies and confetti, made of pure joy, Dad. And then Mama comes right behind you, and she's like that too. And together, Barney, keying, and a giggling, and a loving all over the place. It's gross, and frankly, deeply disturbing to my developing psyche. My childhood innocence, Dad, is rapidly eroding under the relentless, audibly explicit assault of your romantic antics. Issue deeply, mucilate, offered biffle detonate. A catastrophic process Dave was intimately familiar with, usually resulting in significant collateral damage to expensive dinnerware, and Dave's personal sense of well-being. A merciful beeping resonated from outside. The bus is here, we announced, seizing the escape route like a drowning man, clutching a flimsy life raft. His voice, thick, with profound, heartfelt relief. Onte skole, banetide, memais. Remember your big test, and for the love of all that is decent and morally upright, please avoid any further conversations about nocturnal soundscapes, parental intimacy, or the specific vocalizations of various soul singers. Committees, White, one athlete. At least, he practically shoved the boy towards palpable, his actions verging on physically comedic. Quite traumatized. Leo, grabbing with a disgruntled grunt of exasperation, managed to get out a parting barb. Dad. All right, Dad. Hey, Grandma Sylvie, he yelled to someone unseen in the hallway, perhaps already practicing his escape route to the apartment downstairs. Conchemat White. Tell Mom, industrial strength ones, and maybe to lower the volume on Barry White. Get your lunch, Leo. Grandma Sylvie's warm, steady voice echoed from the hallway, attuning to the emotional tempest. She emerged, a vision of calm amidst the storm, a silent witness to the escalating domestic melodrama. On Harmonaby, Novi, Abrise, Deproust. Izzy waited until Leo was safely out the door, the front door clanking shut with a heavy finality, like a period closing a particularly dramatic sentence. Then she turned to Dave, her arms crossed, her brittle smile completely gone, replaced by the simmering inferno. Dave knew all too well. Unlity, morning. David. Slept late, you said. And that was your truthful answer to our son about the exact current state of our marriage? You call that transparent? Weighed Iconian in his chest, setting his tablet down with a thud that echoed the growing weight in his chest. Or the Emingumase's silken thread, baby. Practicey Finchayen, contemplating the fragile silken threads that hold our domestic fabric together, and Mut was practicing for a difficult, profoundly uncomfortable conversation. A conversation, easy, that did not, regrettably, involve Barry White. Orkley said, Isdi arts. In Tromast, Izzy arched a dangerous, inquisitive glintly, entering her gaze, signaling an imminent, meticulous cross-examination. Orange listened, istas. Mot, suppose. Was it merely the metaphorical smoke of profound contemplation? Or were you burning sage to ward off evil spirits? Or perhaps a small, meticulously crafted effigy of Sabrina Murphy, complete with pins and a vague wire money tent, designed to ensure her eternal torment. Do elaborate, David. Awful, Tromay said. In Tenby, ignored the barb jab about the unfortunate Sabrina Murphy incident, though a fresh wave of anxiety tightened his gut. Rufi, a B, canceling intensed. Bald, the masterclass in misunderstanding, fueled by malicious gossip, a manipulative rival, and Izzy's fiery passion, culminating in a temporarily charred tie and a near arson attempt on his classic convertible. Honorby had been too idiotly, obviously too intense regarding Sabrina Murphy. But the emotional scars still ran deep, like unhealed fissures in the bedrock of their trust. Often, Izzy, Mod V decided, after much agonizing introspection, much fervent prayer, much tossing and turning in the guest room, Mod V decided to trust you, fully and unequivocally. Mod believe you did not sleep with that woman, on Ritwan. Mod met going to let it go. The suspicions, the accusations, the lingering resentment, all of it. For us, for our future, for Leo's sanity, when he realized. He looked at her, his expression earnest, hopeful, yet with a subtle flicker of something else. A calculated risk, heartfelt, slightly manipulative gamble, designed to push her towards her own inevitable, and hopefully equally dramatic, confession. Unten of Gretchent. Autized. Izzy stared at him, her usual lightning, fast wit momentarily short, circuited by the sheer audacity and unexpectedness of his declaration. The fiery spirit seemed to flicker, like a candle flame catching a sudden, unexpected draft, replaced by something akin to genuine awe, bordering on raw, vulnerable emotion. Baby, you serious? Really? Truly? Is this some new, incredibly intricate layer of deception you've concocted, or a profound, genuine epiphany? Quanabe. A raw, unguarded softness, glimpsed beneath her polished exterior, melted the hardness in her eyes, replacing it with shimmering uncertainty. One long bid waiting to hear you say said, to truly trust me, after everything, after the ties, after the car, subtle suggestions, that Mott, I'm an arsonist, with a penchant for designer menswear. Thank you, David, truly. My heart, Willie, happened released, likely magnificent eagle, released from the confines of suspicion. Untlient. He's still quite traumatized. Tears, quick bright like scattered diamonds, sprang to her eyes, tracing shimmering, almost theatrical, paths down her impeccably made-up cheeks. Angering, traumatized. Traumatized. She stepped forward, her movements graceful, almost ethereal, despite the lingering construction dust from the ongoing salon's renovations. She embraced him fiercely, clinging to him as if he might dissipate into thin air, a fragile mirage of reconciliation, a hallucination born of desperate hope. Oath, she whispered, her voice husky with emotion. A blend of profound relief and burgeoning, undeniable passion. Away sent lice. If Mott did not have to go to work right now, she breathed, pulling away slightly, but keeping her hands entwined around his neck, her gaze locked on his. Mott would go up those stairs, and Mott D. soundproof the room myself, all traumatized. Expensive materials, Mott. Just sourced, noise dampening, salon expansion, and then Wisabi reenact the creation of Leo. 3 times over, just for good measure. A trilogy of passion, progeny, and profound, noisy lovemaking, really disjoined, with a playful yet undeniably suggestive swat on his behind. A chomig, a gesture that conveyed both affection and a renewed sense of shared physical history. Fawn and almond traumatize. With a lot of enthusiastic noise, very thin walls, and a complete, utterly reckless disregard for early morning school buses and nosy teenage boys. One, Dave chuckled, a genuine, unburdened laugh, finally bubbling up from the depths of his relief, a rare sound of pure joy. Comulates. Icy glares and conversational minefields lifted, replaced by a giddy lightness that made him feel inexplicably buoyant, as if he could float on air, suspended in a bubble of precarious happiness. Some night easy. Believe that, and perhaps we can initiate the soundproofing project post-haste to ensure maximum privacy for our reenactments. Kosid, Bilabi. Pulling away, reluctantly, already grabbing her purse and keys from the counter. Her departure was less of a retreat and more of a renewed surge, her spirit seemingly revitalized, leaving behind a faint, intoxicating scent of expensive perfume and triumph. Thank you for trusting me, David. You read the best husband a girl could ask for, even with your relative tactics. Unfortunate choice of manipulative tactics. All kiss, Ashley, as she hurried out the door, her walk now possessing an undeniable bounce, a springs in her step that suggested new, exciting possibilities. Waiting intently, oscilligant. Dave slumped back in his chair, a profound weariness mixing with a peculiar, unsettling sense of dread. The air, though no longer thick with Izzy's pervasive suspicion, still hummed with something unspoken, something uncomfortably unresolved. Ombi, insistently, on the listite. Granite. It was a text from Leo. Trust, but verify. Sabrina Murphy S. Address, Dad. Need it for science and for my evolving, incredibly cynical understanding of parental drama. Expedite, please. The truth awaits. Aunt over his face. Dave groaned. He really was raising a tiny, mischievous, relentless philosopher. OZB, Benislice. Post-breakfast investigative journalism, an inclination that was about to turn his delicately constructed house of cards into a full-blown, spectacularly collapsing rubble pile, probably before lunch. Otmes. Siren Concol, and Tyrese S. Reckoning. Quanmatized. The Bella Diva Salon, Moretti's opulent kingdom, was more than just a place of beauty. It was a sanctuary, a stage for daily dramas, and that frequently a bustling, chaotic war zone of ambition. Entregay, oh my. Finty quite traumatized. Amidst the cheerful yet insistent hum and the ceaseless murmur of client chatter, Izzy found herself grappling with the day fresh domestic fallout, a swirling tempest of guilt and truth. Unigais. She was attempting to project an image of serene control, a majestic swan gliding effortlessly across turbulent waters, but her pulse hammered in her ears like a frantic drummer, a relentless percussive rhythm of self-recrimination, and the bitter, unvarnished taste of impending truth. Osley, Bonnet. Look, she... ready to start at any time, Izzy declared, holding up a swatch of sumptuous crimson velvet, its rich, opulent texture, an ironic counterpoint to her internal turmoil, a crimson banner of ambition in a sea of emotional gray. Huchen to traumatai. Barnaby. The salon was to bottom expansion, a gleaming new aesthetics wing promised to be the jewel in Emerald Bay's beauty crown, under omatimized of Ednalu and the gate. Was a monumental, Izzy knew, a triumphant declaration of her entrepreneurial spirit, but now even that felt overshadowed by the monumental, terrifying secret she harbored. Honest Fred. Cassandra Sled. Witted friend and sometimes brutally honest business confidant, frowned at the fabric, her keen eye assessing not just its opulent texture, but its daunting economic viability. Onabate. Great. Okay. But Izzy, the bid was a little high, darling. We in Emerald Bay, not Monte Carlo. The discerning clientele appreciates glamour, yes, but also fiscal prudence. We must maintain an aura of achievable luxury, not unattainable extravagance. Scaling back, darling, might be the most chic option. Holbeat, Decanaby, a talented teen truly traumatized. Cassie, in her own right lead, was a pragmat finchist, through and right, capable of cutting through sentimentality with the ruthless precision of a surgeon as Alskebel. Onto we, perpetually, at ambiguous, yet fiercely loyal. Relationship with Arthur Art Finley, another of Dave S. business partners. Within a Barnaby and a B, listen. Bella, Diva brooked no concessions, especially not after the emotional battering her morning had delivered, dismissed Cassie's fiscal caution with an imperious, dismissive wave of her perfectly manicured hand. Et Uche. We not merely building a shed, darling. We reconstructing a multi-million-dollar beauty empire. The foundation of a dynasty. But Maud promise you, the work will be done right, darling. No shortcuts, only splendor, optimal Grenchic unparalleled luxury, and the utmost professional Viclid integrity. You can start working right now, area. Artistry, my dear, demands immediate, uncompromising execution. Konemutidei, a meisje dabi, head buzzing traumatized. Where a bustling construction crew, a blur of muscular torsos and buzzing power tools, was already hard at work transforming the space, their presence a symphony of controlled chaos. Only faintly, Cassie muttered under her breath. A faint blush rising to her cheeks, betraying her usual composure, which heavily. Her eyes, however, were not fixed on the opulent velvet swatch, but rather on a particularly imposing, darkly handsome contractor who had duetté walked into the salon, surveying the progress with an air of quiet, almost regal, authority. Own and traumatized. Izzy chided playfully, a desperate attempt to cling to normalcy. She enjoyed Cassie as thinly veiled, yet fiercely denied, appreciation of attractive men, finding it a constant amusing distraction amidst the salon as daily dramas. On defendier, Izzy dist. A rhetorical question, Billy, given the daunting scale of the constructions, but a mischievous glint momentarily distracted her from her earlier self-recriminations. B.C. Strulich. His chiseled physique is merely an added aesthetic is bonus for the Salon S discerning clientele. Consequently, yes, Cassie confirmed. The doing a quick mental calculation of how many accidental consultations she could arrange with the contractor to discuss structural aesthetics or the philosophical implications of load-bearing walls. Izzy inedui colpoit. Okay, so you're just not gonna talk to me directly, Izzy? About the timeline for the next design phase. Are you gonna talk through me, using my innocent presence as a proxy for your complex instructions? Ontomon, Cassie. Izzy said, a hint of steel entering her voice, pulling her back to the immediate exigencies of the business at hand. He just wants the job done. He's a professional. Cassie, a highly skilled artisan of brick and mortar. Just do a good job, you know. No offense, Gormand, the contractor, Ty Maxwell, a man of quiet confidence and smoldering, almost unnerving, good looks, strode closer, a clipboard in hand, his presence radiating an almost magnetic charisma, a palpable force that seemed to fill the very air around him. Vaniolai traumatized. But he wore his sturdy work boots, with his biceps flexing with subtle power beneath the tight fabric of his work shirt, of his work shirt, a subtle display of raw, undeniable masculinity that Izzy found herself involuntarily and rather disconcertingly appreciating. Honest eyed. You know, Mott understand that, Isabella. Tyrese's voice rumbled, a deep, smooth, almost hypnotic sound that seemed to resonate through the very floorboards of the salon. He looked directly at Izzy, his dark eyes holding a disconcerting, almost challenging glint of shared, unspoken history. What 14 years ago, Izzy? 14 years. We had that one-night stand. A night of profound, memorable, shall we say, artistic expression. Mott can't believe she doesn't even remember me. It was a night of passionate artistry, if my memory serves, glow of a disco ball and questionable college beer, becoming traumatized. He punctuated the sentence that sent a disconcerting jolt down Izzy's spine, simultaneously igniting a furious blush and a horrifying, visceral memory jog that violently resurfaced from the depths of her long-repressed past. Automatized. Izzy stared at him, utterly mortified, her carefully constructed composure threatening to shatter. Tyrese Maxwell. Tyrese Maxwell! Her college years, she recalled with a fresh wave of panic, had been, to put it mildly, a vibrant, chaotic, morally ambiguous blur, ossing abyss, questionable of fashion choices, and occasional, regrettable, emotionally detached encounters, fueled by Shehat a pepe beer, Shehat a pepe beer, a youthful disdain for consequences, and an overactive, perpetually distracted imagination. But him, unsettling apparently, the face now emerging, decade and a half old memory, was unsettlingly clear, unsettlingly handsome, and unsettlingly relevant to her current catastrophic dilemma. Wanna be precise. Before Izzy could fully inconvenient resurgence of her long dormant wild child persona, Cassie, never one to miss a dramatic beat, nor to shy away from adding a layer of theatricality to any given situation, clasped the dramatic hand to her chest. Wujnabi, Daddy. Your biceps, darling. They are truly unforgettable works of sculptural art. A masterpiece of human anatomy, Maud dare say. And your wink, sir, it could melt glaciers. Unnabi, acrimate, bibist. Look, Izzy hissed. Her cheeks a furious, incandescent crimson, her voice a low, dangerous growl, frantically attempting to regain control of a rapidly spiraling situation that now felt alarmingly close to an uncontrolled explosion. Commissioned Leist. Okay? A fleeting moment, a youthful indiscretion, a regrettable lapse in judgment. It was 14 years ago. Just do a good job, please. And Mott met nor sure she look lung talk to you at some point, after several months of extensive therapy. Please, Cassie, Bimint. Stop that. Your commentary is neither helpful nor subtle. Tyrese. She is a happily married woman, undoing amatly, contractually, traumatized. She shot Tyrese a desperate, pleading look that promised trajectory construction delays, draconian contractual clauses, and perhaps even a carefully orchestrated, yet utterly plausible, accident involving heavy machinery if he dared to shatter her fragile domestic facade. Omori Clyde. Tyrese merely smirked, a dangerous curve of his smirk, attractive curve his lips that hinted at deep, tantalizing, unspoken secrets. Isabella. Mott understand that, Isabella. My profound apologies for the accidental reminiscence. My memory, alas, is as sharp as my power tools. Mott look lung, keep it professional. Utterly so. My presence here will be a paragon of discreet efficiency. My focus, darling, Waitangleby. On the structural integrity of this exquisite establishment, and nothing more, on Chieti suggested. To be both deeply respectful and incredibly infuriatingly suggestive, a tantalizing tightrope walk of propriety that left Izzy speechless. Onatais. Thank you. Yeah. See you on Monday. Yes, honey. Yes, see you on Monday. All of you. You are embarrassing me, ladies, with your blatant disregard for subtle social cues, for professional boundaries, and for the unspoken rules of polite, civilized discourse. Olgen agreed, he said. His salon. His confident stride, imbued with a casual swagger, leaving a palpable wake of profoundly flustered Izzy, an unrepentant, giggling Cassie, and a faint, unsettling scent of sawdust or paint and long-lost, highly inconvenient memories. Om de Tune. Runen de traumatize. Cassie Hammerth barely contained, threatening to erupt into full-blown hysterics. All of yourself. 4. Izzy. The kind of man for whom social etiquette, self-preservation, and even the laws of physics momentarily cease to exist. Oh, Izzy, you did it. Just that. You did exactly what Mott expected you to do, Robbie, which is to be utterly and gloriously flustered. You know. Mott. No, it's been a long time ago, but how does Izzy not remember him? The one-night stand that built a bridge. Or, in this case, an entire salon wing. You know. Her mother, God rest her soul, from Listen Pambi. For inconvenient details, for regrettable lapses in judgment, for moments best left unremembered, a selective amnesia, shall we say. You were a force of nature, a tempest in a teapot. Oh, hold up. She remembers. All right. She just preferred the Dante ask, unfell, avitting traumatized. Don't tell approach to embarrassing, youthful dalliances, particularly those involving contractors with impressive biceps. Replied, traumatized. She fanned herself dramatically, as battling a sudden, overwhelming hot flash of sheer, unadulterated drama. On listening again, Izzy was still too mortified, too flustered, too utterly overwhelmed by the tsunamis of unwelcome memories to properly formulate a coherent response. On intently, on by for state. I agree, by Quaning Benby. A trembling hand through her hair, which suddenly felt an outward manifestation of her internal psychological conflagration. On Faldoin. Cassie, and she said that she did. Remember, but Cassie, you don't say anything to Dave about this. Not a single solitary word. My delicate domestic ecosystem is already on the verge of irreparable collapse. And Mott want a boy, Cassie. A perfect, sweet, Consry de Bonaby. A son who will never, ever, have to encounter a contractor from his mother's past. On Arbit. Cassie frowned, her abruptly shifting from playful banter to genuine, albeit dry, concern. On Migi stupid. He blissing bonnetly, incondopasly, intently. You can avoid a man like that, especially not when he's rebuilding your entire salon. You can simply ignore the walking embodiment of a past indiscretion, particularly one who wields a hammer and an undeniable charisma. I mean, we're good looking. The man is a walking Greek sculpture. With a toolbox, Izzy. Denying that is like denying gravity. It is an act of profound, willful delusion. Reese is not. He is all right, he is adequate. Dave is happy with Dave. The boy traumatized. Her voice a little too high-pitched. A small, traitorous part of her brain, against her will, replaying Therese's slow, suggestive wink. A visual loop that simultaneously disgusted and fascinated her, a constant, irritating hum of temptation. boy new knife. He filled Cassie is perfectly fulfilled by the strong, silent type of man. My husband, my wonderful, unsuspecting, incredibly trusting husband. Albly. Not Layton, suddenly flat, devoid of its usual playful sarcasm. A subtle jab that struck Izzy like a precisely aimed dart, puncturing the fragile bubble of her self-deception. Hot eyes. Izzy's stiffened. Her already frayed nerves threatening to snap like taut piano wire. Oh, come on now, Cassie. All couples have their nuanced periods, their periods of intricate conversational pauses, their moments of profound, unspoken, emotional disconnect. Woman, wise, or. She was quick to defend her marriage, instinct shielding it from external scrutiny, but a cold knot of anxiety tightened in her stomach, echoing Cassie's earlier brutal assessment of her marital apocalypse. Ace, fasen scant. That as not nuanced periods, Cassie declared, dropping her voice to a dramatic, stagey whisper that would make a seasoned theater critic applaud. Traumatize. The scene was easy. A world seat in your bedroom, easy. An apocalyptic battle of wills, cold shoulders, and the pervasive silence of mutual suspicion. That whole mess with Sabrina Murphy. You know, the persistent claim is she's got a kid. Vekepite had him. And your dramatic, yet aesthetically questionable, contenalfied. And Dave spending all that money to spin this salon expansion story just to appease you, that is a straight-up nuclear holocaust. Izzy, not just an intricate conversational pause. This entire salon, darling, was tooting you built on twice traumatized. Of his decimated bank account and your wildly escalating trust issues. Wannabe, stent. Izzy winced, a fresh wave of nausea washing over her, threatening to pull her back into the abyss of profound, crushing guilt. Oh my shent. Okay? We always do. We like a carefully choreographed marital dance, Cassie, full of dramatic turns, unexpected lifts, and a surprising number of spontaneous property damage incidents. But we always regain our balance. Unbi. She tried desperately to project quite feel. A bravado that felt increasingly hollow, like an echo in a vast, empty canyon. Traumatized. Just then, Chloe Sterling, their calmly efficient friend and salon manager, burst in, looking flustered, her usual serene composure completely replaced by an agitated twitch. She had the UET finished tidying the back room and returned to the cacophony of the front. Lead, Kenny Joe Sterling, best friend, and Chloe S. soon-to-be ex-partner, and, incidentally, Cassie S. current, fleeting crush, followed, looking equally bewildered. On Bill just endured a surprisingly heated discussion about the existential merit of various coffee bean blends with a demanding client. Obi, come on, baby. Mot met, late. The drama, it called to me, like a siren song. Easy. Mot Kutni, resist its alluring, catastrophic melody, Kenny announced breathlessly, his usual sardonic wit momentarily overshadowed by genuine, albeit slightly theatrical, concern. On TTI. He is all ready to go with the expansion plans, Isabella. He says the structural integrity is impeccable. And he sends his regards to your exceptional memory. OS great, Izzy managed. Her voice, tight, still reeling from Tyrese. Unexpected, deeply inconvenient appearance in her present-day reality, a ghost from a past she desperately wished would stay buried. Omilti, Fromatibi. But Mod met late, you guys. Mod been up most of the night. Okay? battling existential dread and the ghosts of one-night stands that refuse to remain in the past. We friend in East-West. Immediately picked up on the tremor in Izzy's voice, like a finely tuned seismograph, detecting a subterranean rumble on a grammatized. Did Dave's ghost of Sabrina Murphy reappear to haunt your slumber with spectral accusations? Or did the soundproofing prove insufficient against the relentless assaults of guilt? Asian derisim stide, a forsham de brostrom beneath, a fasim tently. Mace maelstrom beneath, a terrifying vortex of confusion and profound fear. Often, as fine. Everything is absolutely fabulous. Binless tea. Just a little tired. That's all. Chloe, how was last night for you? Did you craft a masterpiece from yesterday, clay? Or merely smash it against the wall in a fit of artistic frustration? Looked bewildered. It's fine, Mott guess. Nothing as dramatic as your life, Izzy. My artistic endeavors are predictably serene. So you and Dave made up then? Was it a permanent truce, or merely a temporary cessation of hostilities? Mott need details, Izzy, for my burgeoning novel of contemporary romance. Wanakarkoton. Kind of, Izzy admitted, her shoulders slumping in a moment of unguarded honesty, the fa'ade finally proving too heavy to maintain. A tentative, emotionally charged kind of truce, Chloe. A very, very fragile truce, teetering on the brink of another full-scale war. Onabin, utterly bewildered by the equivocation, or listed mean, Izzy. That, like kind of being pregnant. You either are or you aren't, Izzy. There's no middle ground in matters of conception, or indeed, in the brutal black and white realities of marital harmony. This ambiguity is anathema to me, intuitize. Mott told him that. Mott trust him. Izzy recounted, her voice still a little shaky, reliving the carefully orchestrated lie she had fed Dave. A deceit designed to expose his supposed lies, but which had only ensnared her deeper, undeniably. Mott told him that Mott believed him and that Mott would try and work on it, and trust him again. It was a beautiful, convincing performance, if Mott do say so myself. Proma dropped, an uncharacteristic expression of profound shock. Izzy, look at you. That is so great. Jennifer, isn't that great? Organized Bang. Bruby, to organize traumatized, Baldis. She turned to her best friend, who had quietly appeared from the back, meticulously organizing nail polish bottles, her usual quietude, betraying no hint of the emotional turmoil brewing. Traumatized. A single mother to a perpetually unseen son, Tommy, and a woman who had, by necessity, become a master of understated resilience. Lucian Crobby slowly shook her head, a worried frown on her face that deepened vekapite hat every word Izzy uttered, or traumatized. Ah. That, my dear, is a band-aid on a gaping wound. It would take a priest, an exorcist, et exorcate, and a pardon from the president, along with perhaps an elaborate ritual sacrifice involving expensive handbags and a lifetime supply of artisanal hair products. Easy to let this go this quickly. It is too fast. Mott met not buying it. This is a dramatic performance, Izzy, not genuine reconciliation. You reacting, and frankly, darling, your acting could use some work. Looked at her friend. A flicker of irritation, bordering on genuine offense, flaring in her eyes. I, honestly said. Praise the Lord, the sun shines, the birds sing, and Dave and Mott are back on the path to harmony. Why are you looking at me like that? Like Mott V. just declared war on a small, unsuspecting country. Commander shake her head. Chloe just continued to shake unwavering. her internal bullshit detector operating at full, deafening capacity. Okay, you guys, this is the deal. Off your thingy fascistized. Bitashly, hence, attempting to take charge, despite the tremor that ran through her voice, which betrayed her inner turmoil, on a teen. Mott got the number and the address to Sabrina Murphy. You know, the woman from Dave S. alleged incident. Mott met going to her house, and Mott met going to find out what the truth really is. Mott can no eve keep it, that it was a malicious, elaborate lie, a grand conspiracy designed to ruin my life and my reputation. On look like traumatized. She clapped her hand faint, yet profoundly anxious look on her face, like a general preparing for battle with a faulty map. Motivist. Cassie stared at her, wide-eyed, a slow, predatory smile spreading across her face. What? She knew. You went back and found out the whole sordid truth? Tell me everything, Izzy. Every juicy, dramatic, scandalous detail. Mott need a new storyline for my next pottery series. Almost was might. Hizzy, S. Renewed purpose. A desperate, almost manic fire lit beneath the embers of her recent vulnerability. Look at the truth. The Mish Tabar in the Mott Bar tree. Sabrina Gan. Mottby. By. Cover. Mott with. The real, unvarnished, brutal truth about this Sabrina Murphy charlatan, a truth so profound it might just shatter the foundations of this entire city. Cassie commitast. Izzy, no, Chloe cried. Creeth cried, forward, a protective hand grasping her arm, her face a mask of genuine alarm. You just made up with Dave. This, Izzy, is the height of reckless self-sabotage. You replaying with fire, darling. And you, of all people, know how easily things can burn. Unintently. Mott gotta put this to bed, girl, Izzy declared, already striding purposefully towards the door, fueled by a potent cocktail of indignation, righteous fury, and raw, incandescent fear. Commute with Dave. Too many accusations, too many cold dinners, too many sleepless nights, too many charred ties. Not to check this out. Mott met. Sorry, honey, Omi yet again. But Mott met going overtized, and Mott met going to unmask the villain, even if it means tearing the entire social fabric of Emerald Bay apart, one meticulously coiffed hair follicle at a time. Almost feral anticipation started Annabite, offered Annabite, overflowing handbag. Started rummaging in her large overflowing handbag, one to wit. Nah. And maybe a protective helmet and some high-definition recording equipment. Because this is going to be some serious old-school catfight. Someone's going back to the Stone Age. And Mott, Cassie Price, gladiatorial combat. Demand a Finona Chidi Klaituk Tuite Torbi. Balken. Balkebat. The philosophical fisticuffs. The emotional demolition derby. Binabi, distraught, could only stare young. Her face, a picture of horrified resignation. Her carefully constructed calmness completely unraveling, waiting bliss of vile articulate. She is merely, passionately articulate. You don't know Izzy like Mott do. No, Izzy is not fighting. Come on. All know Mott met trying to change Izzy. But all know back in the day, it'll start off as this whole non-violent, often ill talk. But then somehow, Izzy, you always turn it into that whole Malcolm X, power to the people by any means necessary type of brutal, uncompromising, potentially violent confrontation. Traumatized. Cassie pumped her fist into the air, her eyes alight with the promise of unfiltered, unadulterated drama. Mott met with Malcolm, easy. Let us get it. Bring on the intellectual showdown. The philosophical fisticuffs. The emotional demolition derby. My pottery wheel awaits inspiration. Unflia the off-lace. Chloe, deeply distressed, could only shake her head as the two women, due of vengeance and philosophical righteousness, marched out of Bella Diva, leaving a faint yet distinct scent of hairspray, impending chaos, and a lingering question mark hanging in the air. Onomatite. Isabeshli, isinsese. The Sabrina Murphy incident, it seemed, was far from over. In fact, it had merely entered its climactic, utterly unpredictable, and potentially catastrophic act. And Dave, entirely unsuspecting, was about to be caught in the explosive, unavoidable crossfire. Chapter Tam, the morning show meltdown and a letter of absolution. Omdlini, the gleaming, Omtili, Entlindigleis. Citadel of the Global Sports View network buzzed with the nervous adrenaline-fueled energy that always accompanied the unforgiving demands of live television. Dave Jenkins, usually of unflappable professionalism, found himself wiping a bead of genuine sweat from his brow, his carefully styled hair already beginning to fray. His meticulously professional Formby detachment felt stiff, almost suffocating, against his increasingly agitated skin. Inquaninaby, Rinless Tate. The director's disembodied voice boomed through the headset, followed by a collective, palpable sigh of relief from the frazzled production crew. Gotunais nomatized. Bonnet Bon. Good show, fellas. Great take, Dave. Your closing monologue on the competitive spirit of extreme synchronized swimming was particularly stirring. A true cinematic achievement. Willkommen Listenbier. Concessioning in Sinzi said. Dave, bewildering domestic theatrics, the bizarre Barry White, conversation with Leo. Izzy's tearful yet deceptive reconciliation barely registered the compliment. Ois, traumatai. He leaned back in his anchor chair, trying in vain to shake off the lingering sense of profound unease. That something else, something far more complicated, and inevitably embarrassing, was still lurking just beyond the periphery of his strained composure. Timmy. What's so good about it, guys? He mumbled, tossing his meticulously prepared cue cards onto the desk with a sigh that spoke volumes of his profound weariness. Untraumatize. Min, our guest today, the one who insisted on bringing his poodle, Monsieur Floofers, onto the set. Monsieur Floofers literally chewed through a microphone cable during the segment, rendering a vital piece of audio equipment useless. It's hardly the pinnacle of professional journalism, Omlitite. More like a surreal, canine-themed nightmare. Quite traumatized. Kenny Joe Sterling, the show's quick, often sarcastic, but always indispensable production assistant, strode onto the brightly lit set, holding a sheaf of mail like it was a sacred scroll, a document of cosmic importance. Automite. Dave. A meticulously coiffed, miniature poodle, endly waist. One that communicated in a surprisingly complex and tail wags. It looked a little out of place next to the hulking figures of the professional wrestlers, and he was giving instructions to the cameraman, saying feet together, darling, frame me at my best angle. Unisit, a gunnet, no pasting, obien. A 64-year-old, walking a little poodle around the studio, is hardly the most conventional guest for a sports show. A sports show, mote admit, but he did boost our ratings among the elderly pet owner demographic. Wamatin Tufwait. Dave waved him off, a gesture of slumping in defeat aside. It looked like never mind. Monsieur Floofers aside, and his surprisingly articulate owner, let us just move on with the collective charade of professionalism, Kenny. And out faintly, he turned to Artad, best friend. A man whose earnest demeanor and unwavering loyalty often provided a much-needed balance to Dave, dry wit and occasionally volatile temperament, ontoing the monitor. Your analysis of the geopolitics of competitive chess was surprisingly engaging today, considering the chaotic canine intervention. One traumatized. Art nodded, accepting the compliment with genuine gratitude. Honorably, Hettel Kelly. Was a tad much today. That bit about the old broken down thing, never works yet, is always here. Was that subtle jab? May Mott inquire. Directed at our new perpetually malfunctioning soda machine, or perhaps a deeper, Omer, more existential at the transient nature in the corporate world, subtly hinting at the transient nature of all things. I greet Undin Schleside. That suggested he was already planning his next barb, his mind a finely tuned instrument of satirical observation. Onibientubly. Art. Just saying. Its refusal to dispense cold beverages is, in my professional opinion, a metaphor for systemic corporate dysfunction. Perhaps they re-related. A pervasive sense of brokenness, Oti. A cosmic alignment of inanimate objects and corporate disillusionment. Onmudite, his dolphin-ties, and Ronald Nice. The set door swung. Ronnie Monroe swept onto the set, and radiating a polished, almost predatory glamour that felt jarring and out of place amidst the functional chaos of sports broadcasting. Only Olo Est. Girlfriend. And unfortunately for Dave, she was also his ex-fiancée, a fact that grated on his nerves like a dull knife against a freshly sharpened ceramic. Ominabislis. A gleaming beacon of ostentatious health and wellness, emitting a faint aroma of organic, artisanal despair. Weekend BV, out of you, a new show. Ronnie cooed, her voice, a practiced melody of affection and public display, honed through years of strategic social interactions. Into Usini Regri Semortureli, Ban, often of a Nairobi, who had just entered the set, pressing a dramatic lingering kiss onto his cheek that felt less like genuine intimacy and more like a carefully staged photo opportunity for a celebrity gossip magazine. Or traumatize. Dave stifled a groan in an effort to contain his mounting irritation, which now threatened to erupt into a full-blown migraine. Thank you, honey, Greg mumbled, a flicker of genuine discomfort, perhaps even embarrassment in his eyes, but in the face of journalistic scrutiny. Fried seemed perpetually disarmed by Ronnie's public displays of affection. A man caught between a rock and a very expensive, very public, hard place. Quifor to Ketley. Bite. Ronnie then turned her saccharine smile towards Dave, her eyes sparkling with a subtle, triumphant gleam, a silent, knowing challenge. Quite. Look, Mott brought you some lunch too. A delightful melange of organic kale and quinoa, meticulously prepared and utterly devoid of flavor, just as you like it. I thought of your incredibly disciplined dietary regimen and prepared it with much calculation. On point, Hivetlion, you wan, it whines. Elaborate designed lunch bag extracting a small suspiciously green container. Omatai, tently. Dave recoiled slightly, as if she had offered him plate of live insects, or perhaps a bowl of particularly aggressive nematodes. You hungry, Dave? Ronnie pressed, pushing the verdant container closer, her smile unwavering, almost menacing. Coin, he spins, as jaw tightened, his voice a low, warning growl that barely contained his escalating fury, infused Ronnie. Not a single calorie-counting, insincere, kale-infused word. My professional integrity, darling, prohibits me from accepting suspiciously healthy gifts from former romantic entanglements. Or is too fair-minded. A brittle to craze, almost crystalline facade. A brawny's facade. Refusing to crack under his thinly veiled aggression. Anything. David. Merely offering sustenance. Such generosity, surely, is beyond reproach, a simple act of kindness, from one professional to another. Why so prickly, darling? Traumatize. Well, Motem, Art interjected, never one to hold back. His sense of decorum now completely outweighed by his profound irritation and simmering indignation. Ontedir. A few words, actually, Ronnie. I mean, that S messed up. He's S your ex, and they read just flaunting it in his face. Greg, it's hard to watch. It S a blatant disregard for professional courtesy, for human empathy, for basic emotional intelligence. No, Enfin and Greg. Mott met serious. Is she running a side hustle from our green room? Is she the network S unofficial, emotional support human, assigned to monitor Dave S mental well-being? Or the last, scathing question. At Gregory Greg Holloway, his voice thick with accusation, Inipi at least. Greg merely shrugged, accustomed, simmering resentment. A man perpetually caught the might between a rock and a very expensive, very demanding, hard place. Wife in ties. We don't want it stacking up and creating a fire hazard. Or attracting rodents. Yeah, go get the mail. Perhaps there's a new catalog of incredibly expensive fishing lures that might distract me from this escalating drama. Ontim Tomogen, Divid. Art insisted, his voice rising in exasperation, his face turning a mottled red. There's something wrong with this picture. This entire setup smells vaguely of old cologne, stale ambition, and fresh, strategically deployed passive aggression. We the Anater, Kenny, ever the provocateur, and perhaps enjoying the escalating drama a little too much. He nodded solemnly, his eyes gleaming with malicious amusement. Huist, Hibaitart. Ronnie is here a lot. Her presence is a statistical anomaly. A consistent, unyielding, almost preternatural anomaly. Man, Mott tried to tell him. But Greg S. going to have to find out the hard way. A tragic inevitability, really. A slow, agonizing, financially devastating, hard way. Oteshinikomaten. A pre-migraine throb setting in, intensifying with every syllable of Ronnie's carefully modulated cheerfulness. Yep, the hard way it is then. A very, very hard way indeed for all involved parties. Ostornoholbindation. Ronnie just preened, basking in the warm artificial adoration and the implicit recognition of her own glamorous magnetism. She meticulously examined her perfectly manicured cuticles, affecting an air of detached superiority, an exercise in cultivated indifference, Unatwe said. Art, attempting to shift the mood, to inject a much-needed dose of positivity into the suffocating atmosphere. A valiant but ultimately futile effort. Quoted again. You seem lighter, less like a perpetually rumbling thundercloud, more like a slightly overcast sky. Did Izzy finally unleash the torrent of forgiveness? Ringing green. Obas, it was good art, Dave admitted. A small, genuine smile finally breaking through the strained facade. A flicker of genuine hope amidst the chaos. Unos. Traumatai, Hiwasizu. Dayiklet, Trucis. With Izzy, the carefully orchestrated performance of reconciliation, the profound weight of her trust. Ona, she believes in me. She says we're gonna work it out. A new chapter filled with peace and judicious silence. A fragile, negotiated peace, mind you. Ashley bid my tide. Wolf said, "For you, my man," Art said approvingly. Genuinely pleased for his friend, a rare moment of camaraderie. No more drama, right? That's what Mott met talking about. Just smooth sailing and amicable domesticity. A true romantic triumph. We sigh, Offaby, I Kenny, flees. Kenny returned, holding examined with the gravitas of a forensic scientist, analyzing a particularly perplexing piece of evidence. Wisland, his studio. No mail, boss. Nothing but bills and junk mail. The usual existential dread of a Monday morning. But this letter just got dropped off at the studio by a very suspicious-looking courier, wearing a fedora and trench coat, despite the sunny weather. From Sabrina Murphy, on Turibat, he stichnaist. He held it out to Dave, his eyes wide, with theatrical curiosity, as if he had just uncovered a hidden scroll from an ancient, forgotten tomb. Oneginin said. Dave snatched it, his fleeting moment of triumph. Instantly turning to ash in his mouth, a familiar grimace twisting his features into a mask of profound disgust. We hell no. Come on, man. You know what? No, you know what? This is gross. It says an affront to my emotional well-being. And Mott met paperless. Mott met doing the whole green thing. Kubin. Kenny, environmentally conscious. Mott recycle. My carbon footprint is practically non-existent. Mott met not reading that. Confined, Fenebade. He pushed the envelope back towards Kenny, with a gesture of profound, almost visceral, repulsion, as if it contained a contagious plague. Omatai. Well, Mott ain't it reading it, Dave. Kenny retorted, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and insatiable curiosity. Of a adoption assistant, offered authentically. Not an interpreter of cryptic communications from the past, particularly those involving your complicated romantic history. My job description, sir, does not include emotional archaeological excavations. Omudli, betatini my grais. Art, sensing a fresh infusion of dramatic material, snatched the letter from Kenny's trembling grasp. Oh, Dave, you should read that. Yeah, it says good stuff. This could be a new plot twist in the saga. The next dramatic revelation, the turning point. Come on, Kenny, help your old brother deal with Kep. Ite, hat your midlife crisis. This could be the climax, dramatic reveal. Overgaubit. The grand denouement of the Sabrina Murphy incident. Ompi, detormated too. Back, Dave's hand, with an unyielding, almost zealous determination. Gontal, traumatized. Off, Dave, defeated, sighed dramatically, running a hand over his face, contemplating the relentless, unforgiving demands of narrative irony. Off it eyes. All right, Art, just read it. Mott lacked the mental fortitude to decipher further